Hofstra football. Today, the Flying Dutchmen take on the University of Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. A year ago on this field, Hofstra's playoff chances were shattered when Dave Ettinger missed a 34-yard field goal with just 10 seconds to play. But the Flying Dutchmen are back again, this time invited to the Sweet 16 and a shot at the national championship.
19 speedster Eddie Conti, as Dave Ettinger will kick off. Conti had a 97-yard kickoff return last year. Hofstra's worried about him, and they'll kick it away from him. This is Kai Hebron at the 30, the fullback across the 35, and down at the 36-yard line. Brought down on the play by Jonathan Wolf, number 18. So the Blue Hens of Delaware, a high-scoring offensive machine, averaging over 33 points a game, are on the field. The quarterback is a dandy, Leo Hamlet, and the running backs out of the wing tee, Pat Williams, Kai Hebron, and Norman Coleman. Courtney Batts, a speedster, and the offensive line led by All-American candidate Shannon Trossel, number 67. On the first play, rolling right on the boot. This is Hamlet. Hamlet down as he crosses the 41-yard line, taken down on the play after he picked up some nice yardage. And it'll be first and rather second down play coming up here for the Flying Dutchman. Jim Shannon on the tackle as we look at Leo Hamlet's number.
Right from the get-go, Barry, they're going to come out. It's a well-designed play. Give the ball to the quarterback. He's going to take it, keep it, take it outside, pick up 6 yards.
Courtney Batts will line up wide to the left, as you see from our end zone camera. And this time they hand off to Pat Williams, and Williams picking up some short yardage to the 45-yard line, where he's brought down on the play by Gene McAleer, the middle linebacker, close to a first down. This team will run the ball about 65% of the time, but when they pass, they usually pass for big plays.
And a very strong arm, Hamlet. 15 touchdowns through the air, and he's rushed for 9.
Take a look at the very good Hofstra defense, led by Jim Shannon on the front four. The linebackers excellent. All-American candidate Gene McAleer, flanked by John Evgen and Pat Clark. And the secondary, a good one, C.J. Johnson at the corner. On 3rd and inches, they'll go for the first down. Hebron appears to have it hit hard by Lee Harris, who drove him back, but they'll mark his forward progress up at the 48-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Blue Hens.
Hebron's going to take it right up in the heart of the defense. Second effort, leg drive, enables him to pick up the first down.
Hebron replacing the All-American Darrell Brown, as you see Gene McAleer, the leader of the Hofstra defense, a young man out of Philadelphia, who has 133 tackles this year to lead the Flying Dutchman. Leo Hamlet, who had a big game against Hofstra last year, on first down at the 47-yard line. Make it the 48. And on the option, here's the pitch. Williams trying to turn the corner, and Clark runs him down. Excellent pursuit. Pat Clark, the outside linebacker. And Marty, if you're going to defend the wing tee, what are the keys?
First thing is you got to take away that first option right there. The quarterback's coming down the line of scrimmage. You got the middle linebacker, number 47, Gene McAleer, takes Hamlet out of the play. Too much team speed on defense, a loss of 3 yards.
Pat Clark, along with twin brother Brian Clark. Kind of interesting. We've got twin brothers on each side today, as the Blue Hens have running back Pat Williams and defensive back Paul Williams, a pair of twins. Hofstra has Brian and Pat Clark, their twins. McAleer, the middle linebacker. You see him there on second down, coming in long. Hamlet to throw, wide open, Conti. Conti hit hard and high by C.J. Johnson, close to a first down. But Conti, the fastest player on the team who burned Hofstra last year, comes up with a big catch here.
Problem on this play, C.J. Johnson, the corner is too far off, too much of a cushion on Conti. He's going out in the flats, wide open. C.J. Johnson 5 yards from him. Just too much cushion.
Conti, one of the premier receivers in the Yankee Conference, and Courtney Batts, two of the fastest receivers in the East, and Hofstra showing a little respect for them by playing off the ball. They'll stay on the ground up the middle, trying to turn 3, and making a big gain that time was number 3, Pat Williams, stopped by Jim Shannon and Gene McAleer. Beg your pardon, there was Clark on the tackle, and it'll be a second down play, gain of 5 for the Blue Hens. And he's shaken up a little bit, Pat Williams, one of the best sprinters in the North Atlantic Conference. He's got 4.4 speed. Now he's out of the ball game, replaced by Waylon Henderson in the backfield. They send a man in motion. That's Coleman. And Hebron up the middle looking for a big hole. He ran into a tackler and is knocked down as he got inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. John Evgen, who is playing with a broken hand, and that could be a factor, Marty, how well he's been able to play with the cast. It's enough for a first down. for the Blue Hens. There's John Ebgen, number 90 there.
Again, last week against Marshall, John Ebgen, he was in on a lot of tackles, a lot of missed tackles. You got to be able to wrap up the running back.
Last week, Hofstra gave up a lot of yardage to that very fine Marshall team, as Marshall was able to run the football for 207 yards. Look at the cast on that right hand for John Ebgen. First down at the 31-yard line. Little handoff up the middle, and the fullback Hebron is stopped by Jim Shannon after a short gain as he got maybe to the 30-yard line, setting up a second down play. There's Tubby Raymond seeking win number 250 in his 30-year career. His first win came against Hofstra 30 years ago. So it's at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 8. Leo Hamlin has thrown one pass so far. And on the option, the pitch going. This is Coleman, and Harrison Clark again combined to take him down.
Nice play by number 51, Pat Clark. He's going to settle on the outside, make Hamlet make the decision to pitch the ball. Lee Harris comes up, he makes the tackle. Left side of your screen, watch number 51. He's going to stay one-on-one right there with the quarterback, stays equal with him. He makes the pitch. Here comes that team defense, the speed. Lee Harris, excellent play.
Lee Harris, the number 3 tackler on the club, the strong safety coming up quickly. Now passing situation, 3rd and 9. Hamlet dropping straight back at the 40 with time, looking and throwing for the sideline. They're going to rule it a complete catch at the 21-yard line. Courtney Batts right on the sideline, a perfectly thrown ball, and it's a first down at the 21.
Well, it starts with the pass protection. The offensive line just doing an excellent job. Look at Hamlet, goes back. There's no defenders in his face, has time to read the defense. Batts is wide open in the flats. He knows how far he has to get, picks up the first down.
Look at the footwork here, Marty.
Well, what I like too is he knows how far he has to get. He has to get 9 yards. He goes 10, he turns around, picks up the first down.
That's their leading receiver, 41st catch of the year. And on the option, the pitch again. Coleman trying to turn the corner. Harris was there again, and McAleer coming up quickly from his middle linebacker spot to stop him after a gain of 2 or 3.
Gene McAleer showed excellent speed there. He's all over Hamlet, then he turns, gets out there on the running back, shuts him down.
Norm Coleman out of Miami.
Here it is. Watch the team speed. Watch the guy in the middle, number 47. He's going to scrape. He's got Hamlet. He goes, gets involved in the tackle on Coleman.
Again, good containment. Lee Harris not allowing him to get outside. So it's 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line. Leo Hamlet, junior quarterback from Northfield, New Jersey. Play action, looking, scrambling now. Plenty of time, throwing in the end zone over the head of Conti. They had double coverage back there as Harris and Brian Clark were back defending.
Well, if the Flying Dutchman, if they're going to win today, they have to get some quarterback pressure. Again, Hamlet, too much time. He's going to try to find the receiver. Right there, a veteran move. He throws it out of bounds.
One of the things Hamlet is doing better is making better decisions. You see the passing efficiency rating. Marty, he throws about 55% completions and has really cut down on the interceptions this year. 15 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. Passing situation here on 3rd and 9. We're scoreless early in the first quarter. Delaware on the move here. And the handoff going on the near side, trying to turn it outside. Key fumbling the football, and Hofstra has recovered. This team fumbled 5 times last week. Coming up with the football, Chris Grant. And this team has been plagued, surprisingly, by fumbles. That's the 20th fumble they've lost this year.
And give credit to Gene McAleer, preseason All-American. He stays at home. Little razzle-dazzle, but he comes back underneath, causes the fumble.
And Hofstra continues to make big plays defensively, coming up with the turnover as they watch right here.
Another look at John Key. He's carrying the ball. Number 47, he causes the fumble. Number 93, Chris Grant, he recovers it.
Hofstra takes over 1st and 10. At the 24-yard line. Karan Brown is the quarterback. Paul Q, the single running back. Brown to throw, and it is going to be complete short gain at the 26-yard line. Larry McSeed on the tackle. Robert Krogan, the receiver. Take a look at the starting lineup. Karan Brown, certainly an All-American candidate. Paul Q, the freshman running back. The key guys to watch in the backfield as receivers, Nicky Johnson and Robert Grogan. Offensive line with one change. Freddie Himes in for the injured Steve Shamella, and has been an excellent offensive line all year, an experienced one. Pickup of 3 on that play, 2nd and 7. Q off the right side of the line into the secondary, and Q still going, has the first down at the 45-yard line. An 18-yard gain. Doral Green, number 10, the free safety, brought him down.
And he's going to take it up there in between the All-American, number 74, Dave Fiore, gets a good block by number 68, Domingo Graham, and watch the determination. Put the head down. Pick up something positive. Big first down.
Boy, they took Ralph D'Angelo, their outstanding middle linebacker, number 58, right out of the play. Karan Brown's numbers, impressive passing, but probably more impressive rushing. As Karan Brown, look at those interceptions, just a couple. And Q, again with a big burst, has another first down. Inside the 45 to the 43.5-yard line. Ralph D'Angelo on the tackle.
And that offensive line, they're big and they're strong, and we see Paul Q's limping off, but they can send number 20 in there. Jimmy Jones, he's also a freshman, but he's been getting the job done early.
Q over 900 yards with his gains today and averaging almost 6 yards a carry. He'll be replaced by Jimmy Jones in the lineup now.
Watch that offensive line. They collapse that whole side of the defense. Paul Q's going to run it up and pick up another first down.
Hofstra on the move here. First and 10 at the 43-yard line. They took over at their own 24. Brown with time and in and out of the arms of Robert Grogan. Well, Marty, last week in the first half, Hofstra was plagued by drop passes. All of the receivers were dropping them, including Robert Grogan, who drops one here. Take a look at the defensive line. Mark Hundrew is the big guy to watch. And John Shields, an excellent defensive end. Linebacking crew as good as Hofstra's, perhaps led by Ralph D'Angelo and Larry McSeed. And a secondary vastly improved from last year when Hofstra toasted them. You remember Carlos Garay and Wayne Corbett toasted them for 5 touchdowns. Second and 10 at the 43-yard line for Hofstra. We're scoreless midway through this first quarter. And now they'll hand off to the near side, trying to turn it outside. Jones turns the corner and down at the 37-yard line. Able to get around John Mastrangelo initially, showing good speed, and finally brought down after he picked up some good yardage by Doral Green.
Nice little block, too, by 67, Freddie Hines, filling in for Steve Shamella. If you can't get the guy off the line of scrimmage, what you have to have is a stalemate.
Carl Reuter checking on the condition of Paul Q. We'll have a report for you in a moment. Trips right formation with 3rd and 3 for Hofstra at the 36-yard line. Jones the single setback. Teron McKelvin at the bottom of your screen is a wide receiver. Grogan, Michael, and Johnson to the right. Brown looking left with time. Now throws over the head of Jimmy Jones, wide open in the flat at the 31-yard line.
Karan Brown's going to make the adjustment at the line of scrimmage. A little audible there. He goes downfield. Nobody's open. He's got Jimmy Jones wide open in the flats. All he's got to do is take a little bit off the pass. He can pick up the first down.
Well, if they attempt a field goal, it would be a long one, a 51-yard field goal to Dave Ettinger, who has waited for this game for 1 year. Is back, but they will, I think, punt right here, Marty, rather than risk a field goal. Ettinger has kicked 3 field goals over 50 yards, and he's in the ball game right now. Punting average, you see. Last year, this club liked to block a lot of punts. You see the speedy Connie, who has returned one for a touchdown this year. And now Hofstra trying to draw him offside, perhaps, Marty.
Well, they need that extra 5 yards. It gives Dave Ettinger 5 more yards to work with.
So they'll take the delay of game right here. Delaware doesn't bite. And our officials, the crew from the Mid-Eastern Athletic Association, our referee is Sam Jordan. And our umpire, Dwight Pettiford, head linesman Walter Dockery, line judge Major Boyd, back judge Willie Hayes, and field judge Eric McCoy.
And the big key right here, Dave Fiore, the deep snapper, has to make sure that he concentrates, has to get a good snap back to Dave Ettinger.
That's been a problem all year. Almost cost Hofstra last week against Marshall. You see Fiore head down. This kick will come from about 45. Good snap. And high in the air, Connie will let this one bounce out of bounds here, and it'll be just around the 16, 17-yard line. Not a particularly good kick. Hofstra would have liked to pin him back inside the 10 there.
And the official's still walking up there. He's going to mark this one at the 23.5-yard line.
The line of scrimmage was the 41-yard line, I guess, Marty, and not a very good kick right there. So the Blue Hens avoid disaster after the turnover, take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Time out of the field. You're watching Hofstra football on Sports Channel.
Important to note right now, number 23, Paul Q, running back, freshman. Look at him, 2 carries early in the game, over 20 yards, 2 big first down right here. Gets his ankle twisted up. We'll find out just how bad it's hurt.
Inside handoff to Coleman, stacked up by the gang tackling Hofstra defense. led by number 90, John Evgen, who met him very quickly. Paul Q being attended to on the sideline by the Hofstra trainer. And Hofstra allows about a 2-yard gain here. Norman Coleman has been stuffed early. Hofstra doing a good job against the running attack, but Hamlet has hit 2 for 3. Let's check in quickly with Carl Reuter.
Barry, the word on Paul Q, it's a grade 1 sprained right ankle. Ironically, he wasn't taped before the game. They're taping him back now. Training staff expects him back in the game. Paul Q, mild sprained right ankle.
All right, Carl, outstanding play by John Evgen once again. He is playing the game of his life, playing with that cast on his right arm, and he would not allow the speedy Hamlet to turn the corner.
But the big key right there, number 50, Jim Shannon, great penetration, got held by the offensive lineman, number 64, Lynn Pine. They didn't call it, no flag, 3rd and about 8.
Hamlet, as we mentioned, 2 for 3 for 25 yards passing situation. The speedy Conti and Bates both in the ball game now. McEachin and Johnson line up against them. Hamlet rolling right now, looking, he's got Hebron close to a first down, and Hebron tries for the extra yard for the first down. So Kai Hebron, coming out of the backfield, comes up with only his 6th catch of the year, but it's good for a first down. Well, Hofstra last week had trouble containing Marshall on 3rd downs, and here they pick up a big first down on 3rd and long, Mark.
Again, Hamlet goes back. Hebron's going to come out of the backfield, set behind the linebacker. He knows how far he has to get, and he's going to pick up the first down. Good numbers. 4 TDs on the season.
Well, he rushes for over 5 yards a carry. This running attack is awesome. They rush for 274 yards a game out of the wing tee. First down and 10 at the 35. Play action. Hamlet looking deep. He's got a man open, and he overthrows. John Key cutting across the field. Pat Clark putting pressure on the quarterback. It'll set up a 2nd down.
And Key comes all the way from the far side of the field. You got a little bootleg action, giving Hamlet a little bit more time. Ball's just a little overthrown.
That's the same pattern that John Key caught a 56-yard touchdown pass last week against Rhode Island. Marty, interesting numbers. 2 teams matched up very closely.
Very nicely. You got to rely on the defense today.
Well, last year we had a 41-41 tie. We had 41 points scored in the first quarter. So far, none today. Hebron wrapped up and driven back by number 95, David Clark. Good play by the Hofstra defensive line. It'll again set up another long situation, 3rd and 9. So Hofstra doing an excellent job on the first 2 downs. They've got to do a good job here on 3rd down.
Exactly right, Barry. But now they have to put some pressure on Hamlet. They have to make him force the ball in there, or they have to put him on the back.
Hamlet is so good in terms of speed and getting out of the pocket. Play action. Now Conti lines up wide to the left. They line up with a wing to the right, Norman Coleman. He goes in motion, play action, and looking Hamlet, throwing, and too low. Conti was open, would have had the first down, but the pass too low, and Hofstra will get a punt here as it's 4th down and 9.
And Hamlet's going to go back. He's got plenty of time. He just doesn't set himself. Wide open receiver, ball's underthrown. Here's a little ISO up top on Conte, Eddie Conte, number 19. He's going to go out. He sets up. Number 13, Eric McEachin, late on the break. Ball's underthrown.
Conti has had 6 plays over 30 yards this year. He is their big play guy along with Courtney Batts. Low snap, Scott White will boot this away. C.J. Johnson watches it bounce. And now we'll pick it up at the 25. Fumbles the football. It's loose. Delaware trying to pick it up. And they'll have it at the 10-yard line. So Hofstra, which has not turned it over pretty much all year, commits a costly turnover here as C.J. Johnson unable to hang on to the football. It'll be 1st and 10 around the 11-yard line.
Well, C.J. Johnson's going to be back there. There's no white jerseys for protection. He looks up. He's going to get swarmed by the blue jerseys. Get away from the ball.
Lynn Pine, I believe, coming up with the football.
Here it is, Barry. No white jerseys for protection. Nice little cause of the fumble by number 10.
Dorrell Green. So now it is 1st down at the 11. 1st down at the 11 for Leo Hamlet. And Hofstra's defense will be tested here. They send a man in motion up the middle. Hebron driving toward the goal line. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Kyle Hebron, only 183 pounds, Marty, showing a lot of good drive, leg drive, as he piled his way inside the 5 to
Hebron's going to do the work, but watch Archibald, the offensive guard, offensive tackle number 73, push right there on number 47. He's still not done with Gene Mackler.
So it's now 2nd and 2 at the 3. Remember, they can pick up a first down at the 1-yard line. From our end zone camera, we watch. And the handoff, not much there. Hebron stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Check that, John Ebgen on the tackle.
Well, John Ebgen, he's going to come from the backside. He's going to disrupt everything. Tackle for a 2-yard loss.
That last punt. So it's now back at the 5-yard line. Again, they need 4 yards for the first down. Leo Hamlet checking back in, the 6'1", 200-pound junior. Hebron directly behind him. They've got wide receivers to the right. And rolling right in trouble. Hamlet dancing at the 5, slammed down close to the first down. Had to get to the 1. There may be a fumble down there. Hofstra indicating that there may be a fumble. Let's wait. No, it's recovered, they say, by Delaware, and it appears to be. They're moving. Is that going to be a first down indication, Marty?
It looks like it's going to be a little short, but don't be surprised, Tubby Raymond, to try to punch it in.
A little tough for us to pick up from here. Maybe we could see if there was indeed a fumble on the play.
Watch Hamlet. He's going to go back. You remember, they started the game off with this play. He goes outside. Nobody there. Good vision. He takes it back inside. Right there, the ball is out. That's very close to a fumble.
David Clark had taken him down. So each club with a turnover, and the costly fumble off of the punt by C.J. Johnson as they'll bring the chains in here for this very important measurement. I think they're going to go for it with this offense, if they didn't make it. And it is short, as you see, by about 4 or 5 inches. Tubby Raymond with a very important decision here.
And Tubby Raymond didn't get 249 victories by being very conservative.
Well, he'll bring another big tight end in, Steve Brady, coming out of the ball game, Courtney Batts. So they'll line up with 2 tight ends in power formation to try to ram this one in.
Remember what Marshall did late in the game last week, Barry? They didn't let the defense get set.
4th and inches for the first down. Trying to keep. He didn't get much, but let's see. Only needed inches. Did not cross the goal line, Hamlet, on the quarterback keeper. And this spot will be all important right here. And you see indicating there, Norman Coleman there, indicating that it might be a first down for Delaware. Perhaps wishful thinking. Again, they'll bring the chains in, I believe. They want the chains in, and the referee, Sam Jordan, indicating that he wants the chains brought in. 2:50 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Barry Landers, Marty Lyons, and Carl Reuter. These 2 powerhouse offenses each turned the ball over once. And Delaware taking over at the 11-yard line, trying to pick up the first down. And we'll watch along with you here. First down by the length of the football. 1st and goal for the Blue Hens. Well, Delaware's offense has scored a lot of touchdowns on the ground, 30 touchdowns with the potent wing T rushing attack. And Joe Gardy's defense faced with an immense task here, Marty, on goal to go here, first down.
Well, the big key is if the defense, if they can hold them to 3, you know, you're only 6 inches away. This is a high-powered offense. Your defense has to come up with a big turnover or a big play.
Key, Hebron, and Coleman in the backfield. They try to go to Hebron. 2nd effort, he's in. He was stopped initially, and Kai Hebron, the senior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, gets his 5th rushing touchdown. The converted defensive back puts his club in front by a score of 6-0.
Well, again, Hebron's going to take it up in the heart of the defense. Nobody's there. The door's closed. He just bounces it out, takes it into the end zone. Here it is. He's going to run it right up into the heart of the defense, right behind the offensive tackle. Archibald bounces off in for the score.
Extra point try as we go back to live action from Sean Leach. It was 40 for 41 in extra points. The holder, Mike DiMartilli, number 17. Delaware draws first blood. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:30 to go in the first quarter, and the Blue Hens lead it by a score of 7-0. Kai Hebron, the man of the hour. And the the deep men, you don't see C.J. Johnson, number 16 back there. He's a guy that has returned one for 50 yards last week. Eric Michael at the top of your screen, and Robert Grogan at the bottom of your screen. And this one will be taken by Grogan at the 7-yard line. Grogan to the 20, 25, dives forward to the 27-yard line, and brought down right there by Dennis Hume, number 57, fine linebacker who they use in pass rush situations quite often. There's a look at Hume. And Hofstra will take over. Marty, that's only the 7th fumble that they've lost all year. And let's take a look at the defensive numbers. And again, both teams stopped the run very well. Hofstra doing a great job so far stopping Delaware. And the turnover margin, look at that right there. Hofstra plus 23, a leader in the nation. But that turnover awfully costly for Hofstra there. Let's see what Karan Brown can do here with 2:23 to go. Handoff going now to Jones. Jones, good run to the 25. Pickup of around 7 on the play. Stopped by outside linebacker Jeff Gardner. So a lot riding on Jimmy Jones, with Paul Q probably out for the rest of the game with that ankle injury. Hofstra is not very deep at the running back position. They only have Dusty Amodio, another freshman, as a backup running back, Marty.
But also remember, we haven't seen it today so far. Karan Brown, probably their strongest running back underneath the center.
Going to pick up about 8 on that play, so it's 2nd and 2. He'll throw on 2nd down. Brogan with the first down, hangs out of the football to the 44-yard line, a 9-yard gain. Jeff Gardner on the tackle, and Robert Grogan picks up the first down. The young man out of Akron, Ohio, their 2nd leading receiver, who has caught 6 touchdown passes this year.
And we were just informed Paul Q is not done for the afternoon. He will return to action.
All right, Marty. So it's first down for Hofstra. Hofstra's been a great first quarter team all year. Against the 4-man front, Karan Brown. Handing off Jones. Cuts back inside, and he'll pick up about 5 or 6. Good run off the left side of the line behind Joe Yanis and Fred Himes over there. Mark Hondrew, number 55, the tackler.
Joe Yanis and Freddie Himes really getting a nice push on the defensive line. Jimmy Jones picking up 6 yards.
Well, Jimmy Jones, a young man who has played very well. Freshman out of Report. There's a big wrestler. All-American candidate as a wrestler. Weighs about 320 pounds at 6'4". Brown, quick drop, looking for the sideline pass. Grogan, one-on-one coverage, slips one tackler, and down at the 41-yard line. Kenny Bailey stopped it, but Paul Williams, he was able to slip away from. And Bailey, a 2nd-team All-Yankee Conference All-Star, who's a big play defensive guy, makes the tackle. But Hofstra has another first down, this time at the 41-yard line. So Karan Brown looking sharp passing, Marty, picking up where he left off last week. 1st and 10 at the 41 for the Flying Dutchman. 34 seconds to go in this first quarter. They trail 7-0. Play clock coming down here. Brown with time, faking for McKelvin. Now he'll just throw the ball away. Wisely threw it away. There was some miscommunication perhaps there, Marty.
Well, the one thing you do want to tell your quarterback, if you're going to throw the ball away, make sure you throw it out of bounds right there. Karan Brown's going to throw it. He throws it across the field. It hangs up. It hits almost 2 yards into the field. Here it is. You see Nick Johnson down there, number 2. He's cutting in. Number 81, he's going inside. Nobody outside. Karan Brown throws it.
That was Jerron McKelvin. 2nd and long. And good run by Jones, spun down. Very close to the first down by Dorrell Green, who is a first-team All-Yankee Conference All-Star. But Hofstra effectively running the football against this Delaware defense, which gave up only a little over 100 yards a game defensively.
Well, the offensive line's just doing an excellent job making the creases there, and the running backs are doing an excellent job finding it.
Time out of the field. After 1, it's Delaware 7, Hofstra nothing. You're watching Hofstra football on Sports Channel. 7-0. Hofstra's been effectively running the football with both Jimmy Jones and Paul Q. Karan Brown surprisingly not running yet. Let's see if he goes on a quarterback draw keeper here to pick up the first down. Waiting for the snap of Owen Gardner, the center. On 3rd and inches. He'll run for the first down, wide open up the middle. down at the 10-yard line. First down as he picks up 22 yards on the play. Kenny Bailey on the tackle.
This play is designed to go outside. Karan Brown, he puts on the brakes. He sees a wide open middle of the field, takes it up, takes it inside the 10. Here it is, he goes outside. There's nice blocking up front. Watch Nick Johnson, the wide receiver. He's going to come down, get a nice block. Karan takes it inside the 10.
Well, perhaps Mike McCarty was listening to me, Marty, as I suggested the draw. First down at the 10-yard line. Look at the numbers for Karan Brown. Faking, throwing, looking for Eric Michael. And batted away by the defender, Darrell Green, the free safety.
Darrell Green did an excellent job. He's facing one-on-one covered with number 88, Eric Michael. He knocks the ball out of bounds.
So it'll set up second down and goal to go. And looking at Darrell Green, one of the leaders on this club in interceptions with 4. Young man out of Capitol Heights, Maryland. Karan Brown, who has accounted for 24 touchdowns this year, 17 through the air. Now looking over there, clock running down. Second and goal. He's in trouble and will be driven down at the 17-yard line. Jeff Gardner, one of the guys who got in there quickly, along with Larry McSeed and number 63, Mark Spinelli. Let's go quickly to Carl Reuter on the field.
Barry, the report on Pat Williams, he's been suffering with a bad rotator cuff. They're icing him down right now. Training staff said he is not done for the game. He should be back in just a bit, icing down that bad rotator cuff shoulder injury.
All right, Carl, thank you very much. Well, Karan Brown sacked there, an 8-yard loss. The ball back at the 18-yard line. Third and goal from the 18. Remember, Nick Johnson last week in a similar situation came up with a touchdown reception. Looking, Brown, looking for Nick Johnson. It's picked off by Kenny Bailey. Karan Brown trying to use his speed to catch up with him. He slows him up long enough for them finally to drive him out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 2 big turnovers by the Flying Dutchman, and Delaware has it first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Bailey's going to be in excellent position to make the interception. Karan Brown going to try to force it in there. Bailey, another big turnover for Delaware.
All year, Hofstra has avoided the turnovers, and they come up with one here.
Watch Bailey. He's going to break on the ball. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback right there. Excellent break. Makes the interception, and watch the speed, Barry.
And Karan Brown using his great speed, cutting the angle down to finally slow him up enough so Hofstra could stop him. A 54-yard return, and then you see Nick Johnson and Jimmy Jones helping to run him out. First down. Play action, looking, he's got Connie open, now throwing deep for Batts in the end zone. Knocked away. Eric McKeechin and Lee Harris defending. The crowd wanted a pass interference call as Batts went high in the air to try to gather it in.
Well, Batts is going up for the ball. Number 13, Eric McKeechin, is there. He never turns his head around to see where the pass comes. Could have been called face guarding.
Well, take another look, and you can look along with us once again.
Very little pressure on Hamlet. He's going to go back. He throws it. Bates is wide open in the end zone right there. Could have been very close to pass interference. There's a good look at Bailey, who made the INT for Delaware.
Well, Karan Brown has not turned it over very often this year. Only the 3rd interception he's thrown. Up the middle, Hebron tripped up, dives forward inside the 25 to around the 24-yard line. Gene McAleer got him around the ankle, but he was able to fire away and pick up some extra yardage falling forward, where it'll be now 3rd and about 2.
A lot of misdirection in the wing tee right there. He takes it right up in the heart of the defense. Gene McAleer is going to make the tackle from his knees.
Now they bring in another tight end here. Steve Brady, again, remember, Pat Williams out with a shoulder injury, so they're going now with John Key in the backfield. On 3rd and 2, let's call it, from the 24. Delaware leading 7-0. The fake, keeping Hamlet. He'll get the first down at the 20-yard line. And they think they fumbled. Hofstra trying to indicate that he fumbled again. Remember, they thought he had fumbled earlier, but now it'll still be Delaware ball and a first down, Marty, at the 20-yard line. Joe Gardy concerned with the 2 turnovers. Now let's take another look.
Here's Hamlet. He rolls out to his left. You see Pat Clark. He comes up, makes the tackle. Ball clearly out. Should have been called a fumble.
Good camera work there. Indeed, it was there. Out. Limping a little bit, Leo Hamlet. Two wide receivers to the right. Conti and Batts in the game at the same time. Hamlet looking that way, wide open Conti, but he throws it over his head. Conti was open down at the 10-yard line, but Leo Hamlet, who last year had trouble sometimes overthrowing receivers, fired it too high for the wide open Conti there. Leo Hamlet, an excellent rusher, very similar to Karan Brown when you look at these two guys. Both can kill you through the air or on the ground, Marty.
Both very quality quarterbacks. They are the leader of the offense and really the leader of their own team.
On 2nd and 10, Conti lines up wide to the right. Pat Williams, man in motion to the left. And right up the middle, here's a run by Key inside the 15, or check it, Hebron, inside the 15 to around the 11-yard line.
Again, they take it up in the heart of the defense. That offensive line just doing an excellent job. And Gene Mackler, the leading tackler, came into today's game with 133 tackle, way out of position to make that play.
Kai Hebron picking up big yardage. It'll be 3rd and about a yard as Batts checks into the game. Hamlet's still limping. Conti comes out. Hebron 9 carries for 36 yards and 1 touchdown. Big 3rd down play here. Trying to turn it outside is Williams. He breaks away from one tackler. Down. It'll be goal to go as he's at the 6-yard line. Stopped by Lee Harris. But good vision that time by Pat Williams to pick up the 1st down. Well, Leo Hamlet, who has led his team to a 10-1 record this year, the All-Yankee Conference performer. Look at the numbers of these two quarterbacks. A lot of touchdowns they've been involved in, Marty, and very few interceptions for both quarterbacks.
I think the big key, and it doesn't show right there, they both have 24 touchdowns, either through the air or rushing.
All right, goal to go at the 6-yard line. This time Hebron bounces inside the 5 to the 3. And he's tackled right there by the safety, Brian Clark. Clock ticking. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter. Delaware leading 7-0. Looking to build on that lead. They took over at the 11-yard line when C.J. Johnson fumbled a punt. And they punched it in from the 1-yard line. Kai Hebron scoring. And now after another Hofstra turnover, Karan Brown's pass picked off by Kenny Bailey. They now are goal to go. Hebron still having some problems along with Leo Hamlet limping. Again, they go to the big fullback. He dives. Touchdown.
He's not limping there, Barry. He leaves his feet about at the 3-yard line, in for the score.
Well, he's faster and quicker than Darrell Brown last year. Doesn't roll over people, but he leaped over a couple right there. And Delaware is up the lead right now to 13-0 early in this 2nd quarter.
Again, Hebron, watch where he leaves the ground, Barry. Right here, 3-yard line, up and over the big guys, in for the score.
Now the extra point try from Sean Leach, looking to make it 14-0. Holder is Mike DiMartilli. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Blue Hens lead Joe Gardy's club 14-0 early in the 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Marty, Hofstra really shooting themselves in the foot. They gave Delaware the ball after the Johnson turnover at the 11. This time they took over at the 32-yard line and punched it in. Eric Michael this time will take it at the 10. Trying to cut up the middle, tripped up, great open field tackle that time by number 18 for Delaware. And that is Dorrell George coming up with a stop.
Barry, another look at the touchdown. Watch Hebron. He's going to go up and over. A lot of bodies down there. Good vertical jump in for the score.
So Hofstra takes over, 1st and 10. And again, all year, Hofstra has been able to avoid the turnovers. The Blue Hens are dancing early here in the 2nd quarter. Hofstra came in a confident group. They need Karan Brown, who danced beautifully to pick up the 1st down and gave them great field position. But the costly interception hurt Hofstra. Brown will go to the air here for Grogan. Grogan driven and spun down that time as he made the reception. Number 29, Jamie Bell, playing right on top of him. Gave him no room there, but he did pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, Jamie Bell is all over Robert Grogan, holds him to a 4-yard gain.
So Karan Brown Coming up with the 4-yard pass, the short pass. Now Michael and Sean McNulty line up wide to the left. Grogan wide to the right. Nick Johnson in a trips left formation. Hofstra has not been able to get the ball to Nick Johnson today. This time Jimmy Jones off the left side will pick up about 4, crossing the 30 to around the 33-yard line. Mark Hundrew, the big nose tackle, 6 foot, 258-pounder, stop Jones, setting up third and about 3. Let's check in once again with Carl Reuter.
Barry, Marty, when you saw Leo Hamlet limping off before, it was because he sprained his ankle. They have just rewrapped him. They've cleaned off his shoes. He's ready to go. He's had no trouble with the ankle at all this year. He said they just sprained it just a little while ago, but he looks fit and ready to go back into action.
All right, Carl, thank you. 3rd and 2 from the 33 for Hofstra. Brown looking. Grogan has the catch, but let's see where they mark his forward progress. He was tackled by Paul Williams. It will be enough for the first down. Good job that time by Grogan to drive to the point, make the catch there, and have enough for the first down.
But the key, Robert Grogan waving in somebody. He's hurt his knee a little bit. He did have the ability. He knew how far he had to go to pick up the first down. But this, again, could be a big injury to affect the Flying Dutchman.
Roland Chavis, number 12, reports into the game, replacing him.
Again, he needs 6. He's going to run it to 7. Offensive line gives Karan Brown enough time to throw it. Robert Grogan makes the reception and the first down.
Karan Brown now 5 for 10 for 33 yards. This is Jones, tripped up. Good penetration that time by Mark Hundrew. Big tackle from Pittsburgh, who's a very emotional player. He goes wild, and if you look the way he's dressed, Marty, this cold weather, showing a little midriff there.
Well, anytime that you're a defensive lineman and you get into the tempo of the game, then that adrenaline's going. You don't need the shirt. You're a defensive lineman.
Very emotional, enthusiastic player. Grogan being worked on the sideline.
Remember last week against Marshall, Barry, he had a tight hamstring.
2nd and long. Karan Brown with time. The out pattern to Nick Johnson. Hit hard by Kenny Bailey as he went up, and Nick Johnson is hurt here. Oh, that could have been a hospital case. The little 5'7" Nick Johnson shaken up, and bodies all over the field for Hofstra going down here. Kenny Bailey, the hardest hitter, the transfer from Virginia Tech, All-American candidate.
Well, Karan Brown throws across the field. The defensive back, they have time to react. Bailey right there, he sees Nick Johnson. He's got to go up. He sees the rib cage. Nice hit.
He's Hofstra's number 1 receiver. Let's take another look.
Watch Nick Johnson. He's the inside receiver. He goes outside. Watch. Enough time to react on the ball. Nice closing time by Kenny Bailey, number 20.
He's the hardest hitter on the team, Bailey. Had 18 tackles in one game against William and Mary. Grogan on the previous play hit hard and got shaken up, went to the sideline. Hofstra does not have great depth in the receiving corps. That was Paul Williams on the hard hit. Nick Johnson up on the sideline. You see Ted Sidogoris there, the gentleman with the mustache, the special teams coach.
But again, Barry, you're on the right hash mark. You get your quarterback dropping back, and he throws across the field. The advantage goes to the defensive back. They have plenty of time to react to the pass.
3rd and 8 at the 39-yard line. They've got the nickel package in, 5 defensive backs. Brown in trouble, falling, stumbling at the 29-yard line. So Karan Brown unable to pick it up. Mike Berge, the freshman, number 90, putting the pressure on. And that'll be considered a sack. It'll be sack number 3 for Berge. And the 38th sack for this defense is Joe Gardy has to be concerned right
Mike
now.
Berge just shoots through the line of scrimmage. He goes right by number 78, Joe Yanis. Right there, Karan Brown, if he stays on his feet, it's going to be a sack anyway.
Ettinger to punt at the 15-yard line, standing back to receive the kick. The dangerous Conti, who has returned one for 66 yards. There you see him. And a touchdown. High snap. Ettinger will get this one away, angles it. Up the middle. Conti will watch this one bounce, unlike C.J. Johnson, who tried to field one early, and he'll get a great roll here. The line of scrimmage was the 17-yard line, and this ball ends up on the 17-yard line here. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Hens, and they take over with a lead of 14-0, taking advantage of 2 Hofstra turnovers. And you see the score, Delaware 14, Hofstra nothing. Unlike last year when Hofstra stormed out to a 24-point first quarter. Hofstra victimizing themselves with the costly turnovers. They cannot afford more points here for Delaware, and And this time into the secondary is Williams. Check it, Coleman slammed down as he picked up good yardage to the 27-yard line, close to a first down. As they ran that inside play, Lee Harris on the tackle.
Well, Coleman, it's a little counter OT misdirection. You got a big offensive tackle, Steve Archibald, number 73, 6'4", 285 pounds. If I'm Coleman, I just hop in his back pocket. Right there, he picks up a first down.
John Key, who replaced the injured Pat Williams in the backfield right now, along with Marvell Scott. And they go to Scott, the backup fullback, nowhere to go. And he will be dragging a couple of people, but Hofstra wouldn't let him get away at the 30-yard line. Excellent play that time by Dave Clark, number 95, who had him wrapped up, wouldn't let him get away.
Yeah, but Marvell Scott's going to take it right up. He's going to go right head-to-head against number 47, Gene Mackler. Leg strength, Mackler slides off him. Scott picks up 2.
Hofstra has done a superb job stopping the run. Let's check in with Carl Reuter.
Barry, the injuries from the sidelines of Hofstra. Nick Johnson just took a blow. He should be back. Twisted right knee, Robert Grogan, he will play. The update on Paul Q, he's not looking good. He might not come back into this one.
All right, Carl, thank you. Big play here, wide open down the near side. And coming up with a big yardage is Norman Coleman, out of bounds. First down inside the 40 at the 38-yard line, driven out by Eric McEachin.
Again, Barry, the misdirection of the wing T. It's an underneath handoff to Williams. He takes it around. Got a good block by his offensive line. They collapse the whole left side. Here it is. One direction. Underneath handoff. Number 74, Norman Coleman. He's number 2's running the ball. Nice pickup.
Driven out. Big play to the 38-yard line. Once again, on third down, they pick up the big yardage. And the Delaware Blue Hen enjoying it. Inside handoff again, this time Pat Williams back in the game. Very short yardage, if any. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And big number 92 at the bottom of the pile is Peter O'Donovan. Clock ticking, 5:48 to go. Hofstra being shut out so far in the first half. 2 big turnovers have led to Delaware touchdowns, both by Kai Hebron from 3 and 1 yard out. Hofstra's defense trying to steady here. 2nd and 10. They've done a real good job on 1st and 2nd down, Hofstra, but 3rd down they have not done the job. Little razzle-dazzle here. Courtney Batts looking. Connie is wide open. Deep down the sideline. He dives and couldn't get it. There was 6 points right there. Courtney Batts trying to find Eddie Connie in the end zone.
Connie was wide open. I like the play selection from Delaware. Right here, little razzle-dazzle. You got the team down by 14. Go for a big play right here. Hamlet's going to take it. He's going to pitch it back to Batts. Batts going to set up. Connie wide open, just a little overthrown.
Boy, he can really spread out. That 5'9" sophomore from South New Jersey, out of Neptune, New Jersey. Ocean Township. His dad is a football coach. Hofstra should try to recruit this kid.
But again, Barry, it's Tubby Raymond going for the juggler early.
Now 3rd and 10. Again, Delaware's been very successful. They blitz. He turns the corner looking, throwing on the run. It's going to be batted down. Fine play by Raheem Morris. Is there going to be a flag on the play? No. Crowd wanted a call, but
there's definitely a flag. He came over the backside of him, Barry. They're going to call pass interference. The furthest official away threw the flag.
Didn't see the furthest official away. The official closest did not make the call, and Joe Gardy furious.
Well, Raheem Morris definitely came over the top of him. Did he have the backside hand on his bat?
These officials from the Mid-East Athletic Conference, predominantly black conference.
First down.
And it will be pass interference, first down.
There it is. Watch Hamlin. He's going to get outside of the pocket. No containment. Here it is. Now watch number 6. He breaks on the ball right there. Backside hand on his back. You see the furthest official. He's going to throw the flag.
We'll take another look here on Morris.
Right there, the left hand all over him. Nice call by the official.
And good camera work by our crew. Larry Roth, John Connell in the truck. First down at the 30-yard line. Delaware leading 14-0. Looking for more here with 5:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hamlet to throw, wide open, Batts first down on the quick slant at the 13-yard line. Brian Harris was there. No way he was going to be able to break that one up.
Too much offense right now, Barry. Too much momentum. Flying Dutchmen have to readjust.
Once again, the 3rd down plays are killing Hofstra.
Watch Hamlet, he's going to go down. We're isoing on Bates, right down on the seam pattern. Nice catch.
Well, we mentioned these are probably the two best receivers Delaware's had in a long time. And Leo Hamlet with first and 10 at the 12-yard line. This time Hebron stopped as he got to the 11 by Jim Shannon.
A little pushing and shoving going on, a little frustration by the Flying Dutchman right now.
Toby Elmore in the middle of things there, along with number 73, Steve Archibald. Delaware leading it 14-0, under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Delaware, the number 8 seed. Hofstra, the number 11 seed, playing for the 9th time in a series that began back in 1960. Hamlet sends a man in motion. Hebron slam back, good penetration that time. Lee Harris, one of the guys who met him early. And also coming up with a fine defensive play was Gene McAleer, number 47.
Well, you got to have that middle linebacker in the whole mix of that defense right there. Gene McAleer does an excellent job scraping from the middle linebacker position. Big third down here.
Once again, Hofstra has to come up with a third down stand, Marty, because all afternoon so far, Delaware on third downs has been very effective. They're 5 for 8 so far in third down conversion. Courtney Batts and Eddie Conti both in the ball game right now at the bottom of your screen. Looking that way, Hamlet in trouble, and Clark takes him down along with McAleer. So the two linebackers coming right there, and it pays off big for Hofstra.
Well, you got Pat Clark, number 51, right there. A little pushing and shoving again. He comes untouched from the outside position. Hamlet's going to go that way. Number 51 coming into your picture. Nice time to come up with a sack.
So they'll try the field goal here. And Sean Leach is 9 for 12 in field goals this year. 1 for 1 and kicks over 50. This will be about a 33-yard kick. The ball spotted at the 23. DeMartilli, the holder, directly in the center of the field. High snap, kick down. It's up, and the kick is good. And the Blue Hens have opened a 17-0 lead with 2:44 to go here in the first half. We'll be back. You're watching Hofstra football on Sports Channel. We're back at Delaware Stadium. The sun's shining, and if you're a Blue Hen fan, you gotta like it. Big crowd on hand. This stadium seats over 23,000. Perennial championship football team. Eric Michael will take it at the 13-yard line. Reverses the fake to Nick Johnson down the near sideline, and Leach able to get a piece of him. Sean Leach. So the reverse, which was effective a couple of weeks ago, gives Hofstra a big lift here.
Matter of fact, Barry, it worked last week against Marshall, except C.J. Johnson ran it right there. Eric Michael, he's going to fake it to number 2. Nick Johnson takes it up, gets it very close to the 50-yard line.
And Eric Michael giving Hofstra excellent field position up at the 47.
Here it is. Fake it one way, hold on to it. Sideline's wide open. Eric Michael does an excellent job returning this kickoff.
Officials now will call a timeout.
And again, who saves the touchdown? Number 11, Leach, the kicker.
Good job by Leach. So Hofstra needing a score with 2:37 to go, taking over first and 10. Ron Brown has Eric Michael and Brogan to the right. Little razzle-dazzle here. Jones down the near sideline. Drives inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Nice run by Jones as he picks up about 18 yards on the play. Dorrell Green on the stop. So Hofstra coming back, Marty, with a little razzle-dazzle of their own.
What they're trying to do is slow down Delaware's defense, make them respect the misdirection and the possibility of a reverse.
Ron Brown 4 for 11 for 29 yards. He's rushed only 3 times for 6 yards, but did pick up a big first down earlier. Jimmy Jones in the ball game has the single setback. Ball cue will not return today. Brown looking with time. Now will throw it away. Eric Michael closest to the ball, and defending was Jamie Bell.
Well, again, Delaware's corners and their safeties are playing very tight, man-to-man coverage. Karan Brown, his first receiver's not open. He turns back to look the other way. If he doesn't throw out of bounds, he's throwing it across the field. It gives the advantage to the defensive backs to clearly make the break on the ball. That's what happened with the last interception. Bailey broke on the ball. Key turnover for the Flying Dutchman.
Brown 5 for 12, just 29 yards after the brilliant effort last week in the second half against Marshall. Remember, Hofstra trailed in that game 17-6 late in the second quarter. Jimmy Jones getting the block by Freddie Himes and wrestled down at the 22-yard line after he picked up a nice gain. And it'll set up a third down play. Dennis Hume coming up with a stop, number 57. 6-yard pickup for Jones.
Here it is. They're going to bounce it outside. There's number 59, Owen Gardner, starting his 42nd consecutive game at center.
Now with another big third down play. Hofstra has not been very successful in these third downs today. But Kelvin wide to the left, everyone else in a trips right formation. Michael, Johnson, and Grogan. Brown throwing deep. He's got a man out there. Nick Johnson, who drops it. Johnson had it stumbling back, could not hold onto the football. And if you're a Hofstra fan, you say, where's Wayne Corbett?
But you also say number 20, Kenny Bailey, did an excellent job catching up on the pass. He might have tipped it, but you have to be able to concentrate back there.
Great call by Mike McCarty. They had Nick Johnson in the end zone open.
There it is. Not touched. Nick Johnson has to concentrate. Would have been a big reception for his offense.
4th and 4 as we go to the live action. They're going for it. Brown with time will try to scramble. He's going to get the first down and more. At the 20, 15, 10. He's inside the 5. Did he go in? No, they say he's down at the half-yard line. The feet were in, but the ball wasn't.
There it is, the guts and glory of this offense. You know what? He makes the commitment to run the ball. He gets out there, he orchestrates, he tells people, hey, pick that guy up, and then he takes it down inside the 1. Watch Nick Johnson. He's pointing to Nick Johnson. Boom, nice little block on number 10, Green. And then watch his second and third effort by Karan Brown. He sees the end zone.
All year,
Almost in
Karan
there.
Brown has done it in big situations. A 31-yard run to give Hofstra a goal to go with 1:10 to go. Now Nick dropped it, then came back with a big play, and waltzing into the end zone, Karan Brown with his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. And Marty, shades of last week against Marshall, when it looked like Hofstra might be blown out of the first half. They come back now to make it 17-6.
Well, what the Flying Dutchmen they do, Barry, they come up to the line of scrimmage. They don't let Delaware's defense get set. They snap the ball. Good block by number 67, Freddie Himes. Karan Brown's just going to come off that tackle, take it in for the score. Brand new ball game, even though they're 11 points behind.
A patented Hofstra drive as they move down the field very quickly. That drive took just about a minute and change. Ettinger's extra point try is up, and it is perfect. Hofstra with 1 minute and 7 seconds left is on the board. It's now 17-7 as we look at the 5th-year senior out of James Madison High School in Brooklyn. He came up with a big running play on 2 occasions there. Nick Johnson with a great block. We'll take another look, number 2.
Another look at it. Watch at the top of your screen, left side of your screen. Number 67, Freddie Himes. He closes off the defense. Karan Brown takes it in for an easy score.
So the Delaware Blue Hens, who only give up 15 points a game, their only loss this year came against Navy. And Karan Brown, quite a nice story by Steve Jacobson in Newsday, the column talking about Karan Brown and his family. His mother has adopted a couple of youngsters who have had HIV. One of them passed away recently, Marty, just 3 years old.
Well, I think it tells you what type of parents he has, what type of mother he has. You know, these are people that, you know, you look at the game of football and it is just a game. It's part of life that you can build on, and that's what his mother stresses, the values of life.
He's got a younger brother about 13 years of age who's been watching Karan Brown as a role model. Karan went out to Kansas, failed out there, Marty. Said he didn't work hard enough, didn't realize how hard you had to work, came back with a different attitude to New York.
Well, I don't think you want to use that word fail. I think that he was disappointed in himself that he didn't get the opportunities that he wanted to have, and he came back here. You know, he paid his dues. He sat behind a great quarterback last year, Carlos Garay, and now this is his team in '95.
Well, the fans here in Delaware remember Carlos Garay and Wayne Corbett. They set records here in Delaware Stadium with 5 touchdown passes in that wild 41-41 game. And Dave Ettinger to kick off here. They've got the dangerous returners back there. And this one will come to Williams back in the game at the 10. To the 20, up the middle, big hole, and dives forward to around the 35-yard line. So they'll have fine field position. William Lightfoot, number 9, on the tackle. And for this explosive Delaware team, a big play offense, Marty, the way Tubby Raymond feels, he maybe go for the big play here.
Well, again, Tubby Raymond did not get 249 victories by being conservative. There's a minute to play.
And they have their timeouts remaining. And they've got the speedsters, Bats and Connie, both in the game. Connie at the top of your screen, Bats at the bottom. Remember, C.J. Johnson has not played much in this game after making a miscue earlier. He's not in the game now. Plenty of time. Hamlet throwing, and a great diving catch in the air that time by Connie at the 35-yard line. Raheem Morris just had no position there. He seemed to be not in proper position going back against Connie, and Lee Harris had to help out and stop him at the 35-yard line.
Well, he's expecting Lee Harris to come over from the free safety position to give him a little bit more support. Again, it starts up front. No pressure on Hamlet. None. You'll see number 77, Toby Elmore, come in there late. Connie's wide open. He splits the coverage.
30-yard pickup. Hamlet dropping straight back. Clark will take him down at the 45-yard line. A 10-yard loss as Clark busting in from the right end with a huge play, his 7th sack of the year.
Now, if I'm Tubby Raymond, I look up, I might want to take the 10 points. I don't want to make a mistake. Take the 10-point lead. Go in at halftime. You don't really need to make any adjustments. You tell your guys, hey, we got 30 more minutes of football to play. We'll make it to the Elite Eight.
Well, you see Clark's numbers. He's had a couple of sacks today, 7 on the year. And right now, timeout taken by Tubby Raymond's club. Coming up at halftime, we'll have a feature for you on this very exciting Hofstra season. And we should also be chatting with Dr. James M. Short, the Hofstra president, who has supported the football program throughout. Former football star at Hofstra back in the 50s. Howdy Meyer brought a great tradition of football. They played Delaware some great football games in the 60s. These were two small college powers. And Hofstra just in their 3rd year of 1AA football. Gene McAleer chatting with middle linebacker coach Bob McIntyre. There's Joe Gardy. What a job this guy's done in his 6 years here with the Hofstra Flying Dutch.
But again, Barry, at any level of football, you can't afford turnovers. And you really can't afford turnovers playing a good team, well-coached team like Delaware. Again, those 2 big turnovers led to 14 points for Delaware.
Absolutely, Marty. You can't give Delaware the ball at the 11 and the 32 and expect your defense to stop them. You see the time remaining, 36 seconds.
Number 25, Joe Wright, outside linebacker in the game for the Flying Dutchman.
The wide receivers are to the near side. Bats looking that way is Hamlet. He's got Connie there, but he's out of bounds. Could not come up with it inbounds, but what great concentration on the part of this Eddie Connie, who hurt Hofstra last year with some big plays. Had 4 catches last year against the Flying Dutchman. And last week against Rhode Island had a 55-yard touchdown reception.
Big question, big adjustment that the Flying Dutchmen have to make at halftime is where's the play of their corner? There's too much cushion on the wide receivers from Delaware.
Well, C.J. Johnson is in the ball game right now, lined up against Connie, top of your screen. 5 defensive backs in for Hofstra. Big drop for Hamlet, looking. Connie is out there. He drills it right on the numbers there. C.J. Johnson, the tackle, shy of the first down by about a yard at the 26. Clock is ticking, and now they'll call timeout with 19 seconds left. But what a strong arm Leo Hamlet has. He just rifled that ball about 30 yards downfield.
Nice pass, nice protection, but again, the corner, you cannot have that amount of cushion on the wide receiver.
Well, a little trouble on the replay right there. But I'll tell you, Eddie Connie and Courtney Batts are 2 of the better receivers we've seen all year. Marty, we saw them last year, and we're seeing them again.
And what we see, too, is Delaware's matching up in a one-on-one coverage against Joe Gardy's corner, and right now Delaware's winning the battle.
Joe Wright will come out. C.J. Johnson comes out on 4th and short yardage. It is 4th and 1. What about the decision right here? You go for the field goal?
Well, the first thing you got to realize, you have 1 timeout left. So if you can punch it up there, maybe get nice field position, or you can go for the field goal right here, but he's leaving Hamlet in.
Tubby Raymond, white-haired gentleman, 3rd active in 1AA coaching on the win list. Looking for win number 250. So they will apparently go for it. They send a 2nd tight end, Steve Brady, into the ball game to work with Chuck Blessing. 4th and about a yard and a half here with 19 seconds left. Hebron diving, got tripped up in the backfield by Clark, but again, that ability to dive forward, to lean forward. Let's see where they spot the football. And they've got a good spot here, I think. We'll see, they'll probably bring the chains in, Marty. That lean by a running back, so important, Marty, when you dive forward and pick up yardage when you're tripped up.
And again, they're not even going to bring the chains in, Barry. They're going to give them an automatic first down.
Clock stop when they move the chains. It'll start up once again with 15 seconds to go. Now you see it, down to 12. And he'll just throw the ball down, Hamlet, to stop the clock here. Ball will be down here. And Connie will check into the ball game. 9 seconds remain.
And I think the key right here for Delaware, if you're going to go for it, 9 seconds, try to get a pass into the end zone.
Leo Hamlet, good first half, 6 for 13 for 98 yards. It's 2nd and 10 here. Connie lines up against Raheem Morris, top of your screen. They send a man in motion, Williams. Big drop here for Hamlet. Throwing, looking in the end zone for Batts, touchdown! He beat Eric McKeechin for the 19-yard touchdown play.
It's a simple post pattern, nice route by Bates. Hamlet goes back. We said he had to get it into the end zone. He does. It's in for the score.
Courtney Batts with his 5th touchdown catch of the year. He killed Hofstra last year, 4 catches for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns, long ones, and this one he comes up with to give them a lead of 23-7.
Left side of your screen, he's running the post. There's the Batts, number 5. He gets behind Eric McKeechin, in for the score.
Once again, Leo Hamlet making the big play. So Hofstra scored with about 1:10 to go, and Delaware comes right back in about a minute to go all the way downfield because we have a flag thrown on the play. That was a 7-play, 65-yard drive that took just a little over a minute, and Courtney Batts coming up with the touchdown.
And we call it a post pattern. He's going to go down inside. The ball's going to be thrown. He turns around, Eric McKeechin right there. When he has to do that 360, it enables Batts to get behind him. Easy score, Barry.
That is a killer for Hofstra after they had come back, and momentum seemed to be switching. Hofstra had drawn within 10 points at 17-7. Now Leach to try the extra point with just 4 seconds left. The kick is up, and the kick is perfect. And the Delaware Blue Hens, a club that scores a lot of points, 33 a game, really testing this Hofstra defense, which came in number 2 of the nation defensively. Hofstra's vaunted defense had only been giving up 10 points a game, but they've given up already 24 here in the first half.
Well, the big question is, Barry, when you call out a team, when you say, hey, we want Delaware, you better come down here and buckle it up.
Well, again, the turnovers hurt Hofstra early. The 2 early touchdowns result of the turnovers. C.J. Johnson fumbling the punt. Karan Brown, a rare interception in return for huge yardage by Kenny Bailey to set up a 32-yard drive.
Well, basically the first half, as we have 4 seconds remaining, Delaware clearly outperforming the Flying Dutchman in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Well, still a lot of time left. Hofstra came back against Marshall, took the lead against Marshall last week, you'll recall briefly, and then lost by 2. Now playing this playoff tested team, as you see, just 4 seconds left. Delaware in the playoffs for the 4th time in the last 5 years. This will be taken upfield here. Eric Michael, this will be the final play of the half as he gets to the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that is it. So the Blue Hens of Delaware, to the delighted crowd, head to the locker room with a 24-7 lead. And our Carl Reuter will be trying to get in touch with Joe Gardy in just a couple of moments. But Marty, your reaction to the first half?
Well, I don't think it's any time to hit the panic button, but I think Joe Gardy definitely has to be concerned. His defense did not play well. They did not stop Delaware's offense. His offense, he's got a few players nicked, but I think that what they have to do is they have to believe in themselves. They have to say, hey, you know what, guys? We know what it took to get this far. We're now in the playoffs. We got 30 minutes to make our season.
Well, the Dutchman containing the quarterback, Leo Hamlet. Hamlet, of course, was 7 for 13 for 122 yards. So here we go. Again, Hofstra with 2 men deep, Eric Michael and Robert Grogan. Eric Michael will take it at the 13-yard line. 25 down the sideline, got a big block, still going, and Eric Michael out of bounds. Good return as he brings it back to the 40-yard line, where Hofstra will put it in play 1st and 10. Eric Michael had a big return earlier in the first half of about 40 yards, returns this one up to the 40-yard line, where the Flying Dutchman will put it in play 1st and 10. And Karan Brown, who struggled in terms of the passing game in the first half, will have to lead his club here in the second half. You see the numbers, Brown just 29 yards, Marty, 5 for 13. Robert Grogan caught all 5 of those passes. Nick Johnson, who was shaken up earlier, no passes.
And a big number to the right of the screen, 1 INT.
Well, the 2 turnovers hurt Hofstra. They cannot afford any more here in their comeback bid. Right up the middle, big hole for Jimmy Jones as he picks up 12 or 13 yards on the carry. Jones had an excellent first half, carrying the ball 8 times for 57 yards. And Hofstra effectively out-rushing this very good Delaware team, Marty, in the first half. Hofstra now with 140 yards rushing. Delaware under 100 yards in this game. So Hofstra on the move here, 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Brown to throw on 1st down. Wide open is Eric Michael as he gathers it in at the 40-yard line. And it'll be a nice pickup of about 7 on the play, setting up 2nd and 3.
Nice conservative play here, Barry. Quick slant. He's going to pick up 7. Previous play, watch a blocking, little trap block right there by the big guy, Joe Yanis. Number 20, Jimmy Jones takes it right up. He picked up a 1st down on that carry. 2nd
and 3 for the Flying Dutchman, trailing 24-7 early 3rd quarter. Brown on the draw. Sidesteps 1 tackle, and with good second effort came close to picking up a 1st down. Not much there, Marty, but he has such a ability to angle his body to make it difficult to tackle him. He might have picked up the 1st down.
He does, very, very elusive right there on that play. But you know what? When you have a guy like Jimmy Jones or Paul Q, when he was in there, that can take the ball, get ahead of speed going, you're always going to pick up more positive yards sometimes. As when Karan Brown goes back and then there's a stalemate up front, he picks up 3 right there, 1st down.
From the 37-yard line, 3 wide receivers to the right. Jerron McKelvin to the left, faking the quick pitch, looking deep, and he's got to land complete for the 1st down. And it is a fine reception by Robert Grogan.
Again, he's going to fake it outside, turn downfield, throw it. Nice pass, nice reception by number 21. Robert Grogan.
Well, the senior Robert Grogan has been the key receiver. He caught 5 passes in the first half, and you see Connie with 61 yards. Again, this team is a big play team. Grogan just 29, averaging under 6 yards a catch. But Hofstra with a good start here. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Brown led his club on a great drive at the end of the first half as they moved downfield to score a touchdown. Now some movement on the line. Flags dropped.
Little motion on number 74, Dave Fiore.
And very few penalties in the first half, only 3 for the 2 teams.
What happens here is Karan Brown's going to go up. He's going to make the adjustment. Audible. Number 74, he's going to get caught moving. Right side of your screen, number 74 comes out of his stance too early.
Dead ball, illegal procedure, offense, 1st down.
Call from referee Sam Jordan. They'll move the ball back 5 yards, back to the 23-yard line. And Hofstra, early 3rd quarter, trying to mount a comeback. 3 wide receivers to the right, McKelvin to the left. Brown, quick drop, throws complete. Wrapped up is Grogan, shy of the 1st down, but a nice pickup that time as he picked up about 7 on the play. Robert Grogan showing some good hands. He is the surest receiver of the Hofstra receiving corps. Best game this year, 128 yards against Lafayette on 4 catches. So 2nd down from the 16-yard line, 2nd and 8. Nick Johnson this time lined up as a wing to the left. They send a man in motion, Michael, and back to throw. Good fake. Karan Brown looking for Grogan, and it's knocked away at the last moment. Excellent recovery by Jamie Bell, the cornerback, number 29.
Jamie Bell's just going to stay back. He lets all the action happen up front. He's back there in the end zone, playing underneath Robert Grogan, knocks the ball down.
Well, Bell's been toasted at times this year, but he comes up with a big play here.
Here, little play action. It's not going to freeze anybody. Watch number 29, Bell, up, knocks it to the ground.
Sophomore from Morristown, New Jersey, first-year starter. 3rd and long here, 3rd and 8. They show blitz here from the corner. Brown throwing, wide open Nick Johnson, and out of bounds inside the 10, close to a first down. Had to get to around the 8, Marty. It's going to be, I think, a little bit shy.
4th and about 1 right here. Decision for Joe Gardy.
Down 17. I think Joe Gardy may go for it. We'll take a look at the replay.
He's already made the decision, Barry. The offense is staying out on the field. Here's another look at it. Ron Brown goes back. Nick Johnson, excellent reception, good concentration. Tries to stretch it into a first down, 1 yard short. Here's the blitz of the linebackers. Good job up front.
Ralph D'Angelo blitzing, got a piece of Brown. 4th and a yard. Crowd coming alive here. Jones the single setback. Brown to throw for the first down. Grogan, great catch. Has the first down goal to go at the 5.
I got a question to call. It's a good break for him. Robert Grogan makes an excellent adjustment, makes the reception, but it's 4th and 1. You got Karan Brown throwing across the field. Anything could happen. You got a guy in the backfield, number 20, Jimmy Jones. He can run the ball right here. He comes back, he throws it. Watch the adjustment. Number 21, Robert Grogan, reaches back, makes the reception, leans forward, picks up the first down.
Now Grogan, last week, 4 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. He's been the big receiver today. Goal to go at the 5. First down for the Flying Dutchman. Trailing by 17. Brown to throw. Touchdown! Eric Michael.
Slant pattern, Barry. He's going to go back. 3-step drop. Eric Michael's going to get inside the defender, in for the score.
So Karan Brown throws his 18th touchdown pass at Marty. Shades of the Marshall game last week when Hofstra came out with a beautiful drive to start the second half.
All-important drive, though, Barry. They came in 17 points down with 30 minutes to play. They come back out, new ball game. They make this extra point. They're only 10 points behind.
Eric Michael coming up with the touchdown reception, his 5th touchdown catch of the year, 8th overall for the junior from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Ettinger to try the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And we've got a ball game. These two clubs scored 82 points last year, Marty, and 1,100 yards in total offense. We'll be back. You're watching Hofstra football on Sports Channel. Set up by the nice return by Eric Michael.
Again, everything is field position. There's the Joe Gardy. He has to be a little bit more confident right now.
Well, the defense has to come up big. They've got to stop the passing attack. That's really been a factor. They've done a good job against the run. This is Williams, right up the middle. Still going. Get a flag, however, on the play, I believe. Fumble on the football there at the 25-yard line.
Jonathan Wolf, number 18, a special team specialist, comes in. He may have stripped him of the ball.
There's a big pileup, as you see there. Williams returning right up the middle.
And anything's going on right now, Barry. Now you see the official. He's already signaled Delaware's ball. You might as well give it up. Even if you come up with it, Delaware's still going to get possession.
Well, as we said, Delaware has had a penchant for fumbling the football, Marty. They fumbled the football 36 times this year, and they've lost it 20 times, including once today.
Watch 18 in the middle of your screen. Jonathan Wolf, he's going to come in, strip him of it. It's a live ball right there. White jerseys everywhere. Delaware comes up with it.
Back to the live action reverse for Williams into the secondary. One man to beat, McKeechin. And McKeechin pulls him down at the 36-yard line.
Your offense just goes down to score. Your defense comes out. The adrenaline should be going. Nope. Number 3, Pat Williams takes it underneath handoff. Big yard.
37-yard run from Pat Williams, who was held in check. Only 9 yards on 3 carries in the first half when he was shaken up.
Again, a little misdirection. You see number 47, Gene Mackler, way outside the screen. Nice block by the offensive line. Pat Williams takes it up, picks up 37 yards.
Again, Delaware known for the big plays. This time it's Coleman off the left side into the secondary. And still going. What a run by Coleman of about 15 yards. And now Joe Gardy's defense very much in trouble right here.
Name of the game, control the line of scrimmage. Delaware comes out, 2 plays. Nice yardage on both.
Well, neither club could stop the opponent last year in that game in which nearly 1,100 yards offense was piled up, and it appears that way right now as both clubs just moved down with huge drives here.
Problem is, last year it was back and forth, back and forth. This time the Flying Dutchman 10 points behind, third quarter.
Inside handoff again. This is Williams, tripped up as he got to the 20-yard line. That'll set up a second down play. Gain of about 3. Coleman has carried the ball 8 times now for 56 yards. As we look at Williams.
This is what the middle linebacker sees. You see Gene Meckler, he's scraping to his left. He got to come back right. Just gets a piece of the running back, Williams.
Delaware leading 24-14. 10-12 to go here in the third quarter. Barry Landers along with Marty Lyons and Carl Reuter. Hamlet will tuck it under, cuts back beautifully. Hamlet still going, shakes away at the 10, at the 5. Hamlet, touchdown!
Unbelievable run right there, Barry. Great balance. Hamlet's going to go up. The defenders leave their feet. Hamlet does the rest in for the score.
19-yard run for the junior from Northfield, New Jersey, and his 10th rushing touchdown of the year. We talked about Karan Brown making things happen, and obviously Leo Hamlet can as well.
And there's Joe Carty. He's got to be very disappointed in his defense.
Well, they ate up a lot of territory very quickly, Marty. The last 2 drives taking about 2.5 minutes combined. And that's very unlike the Hofstra defense. Extra point try for Leach, trying to up the lead to 31-14. And the kick is good. And we have 45 points on the board already with 9:59 to go. Leo Hamlet on the sideline, applauded by the crowd. He's carried the ball 4 times for 73
Little
yards.
play action. Hebron's going to take it up. Little fake right there. The defenders start to fall to the ground. Nice balance by Hamlet. Good block right there on Brian Clark in for the score. It's great to have a quarterback with athletic ability, and here's where Hamlet shows it right there. Nice balance again, outside, everybody working. Delaware in for a score.
Now Leo Hamlet making things happen. And on the sideline right there, Leo Hamlet, an accounting major and Holy Spirit High School Yankee Conference Player of the Year, offensive player. And great runner in the open field, Marty, and we saw that right there. Hofstra, which did a good job holding them rushing to under 100 yards in the first half, but look how quickly, just 4 plays, a minute 45. The previous drive was just a little over a minute.
And every one of those yards, Barry, 73 yards, all on the ground.
We mentioned big plays killed Hofstra last year in their loss. Big plays are hurting them again. That is the Delaware story. Michael from the 7. 20. Up the far sideline, still going, and goes out of bounds. As he gets nudged out of bounds that time by number 44, Sean Lenz was over there. Let's check in on the sideline with Carl Reuter.
Barry, Marty, the more this game is played, the more this field is going to get chewed up. Right down, I'm on the far sideline here, on the Delaware sideline. It's more like a cow pasture, not a football field. This field is chewed up, and they must have had some rain here because this field is in horrible field condition right now.
All right, Carl, good report. Back to throw, Karan Brown, plenty of time. Now throwing short, it's got to his receiver. Eric Michael close to the first down, about a 9-yard gain up to about the 44-yard line. Line of scrimmage was the 35. So Eric Michael run out by Jamie Bell. And Hofstra has moved the ball, but interestingly enough, for the second straight week, the defense going up against superior athletes in Marshall and Delaware having difficulty stopping them more.
Big problem is their defensive line, they're not winning the battle up front.
2nd and 1. Brown pump faking, loses the football, but they're going to rule it a forward pass, incomplete. He went back to throw, and the ball just fell out of his hands there. Covered by big number 90 over there. And it'll just set up a 3rd down play here.
And then one thing, Karan Brown, he makes a big mistake right here. If the ball falls to the ground, you don't know which way the official's going to call it. You have to jump on top of it. Right there, it falls out. It's clearly incompleted pass, but he's got to make it sure that he falls down. Mike Berge, instead, number 90 falls on it.
So 3rd and about a yard here. Hofstra has not done well. 2 for 7 in 3rd down conversions in the first half. Normally they're about 45%. Round to throw, incomplete. Tried that slant pattern for Eric Michael. Excellent defense by Dorrell Green, who was right on there.
You have to question it, Barry. Hofstra's been very successful coming out the second half, running the ball right there, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1. Instead of running the ball, instead of the big guys pounding out that extra yard, instead they try to throw it. One time, Karan Brown drops the ball. This time, clearly too much zip on the ball.
Well, punting situation for Dave Ettinger right here. Hofstra needed to maintain possession. Ettinger averaged 35 yards on 2 kicks in the first half. Good snap by Fiore this time. High kick. Conti will watch this one bounce. Gets a good roll once again for Ettinger. Will die at the 15-yard line. An excellent kick of over 50 yards with no return. But can the Hofstra defense stop this juggernaut of Delaware now?
The high-powered offense of Delaware. They have to go out and stop. If they're going to get back in the game, look for them to try to create something positive, maybe even a turnover.
Again, Hofstra's defense had held opponents to under 100 yards rushing this year in the games. And look at the numbers right there. Rushing yards, 74 just in the second half here, Marty.
Off of 4 plays.
Absolutely. So the Blue Hens with the lead may try to use some clock here. They'll stay on the ground for Coleman. Runs into Gene McAleer, and the swarming defense drives him back after he got maybe a yard or two to around the 17-yard line. Leo Hamlet, who has had quite a day. That last touchdown run, perhaps a killer. Now, checking out of the ball game is Chuck Blessing, replaced by Steve Brady as a tight end. This time, Batts and Conti are in the ball game as wide receivers. This is Williams, cuts back, stopped at the 19-yard line on a fine defensive play by the Flying Dutchman. And getting up slowly right there, making the tackle, was Jim Shannon. What a year Jim Shannon has had. All-American candidate, number 50 at the tackle position.
Here's a nice ISO on Gene McAleer, the middle linebacker. He's going to get blocked, but watch him scrape outside. Nice block by the offensive lineman on him, but watch, he's still in the mix out there. Another good play by number 50, Jim Shannon.
Lynn Pine leveled him a little bit. Hamlet in trouble, throws on the run. Batts has it, tries to get the first down and appears to have it. Clark was on the tackle, but Batts with good awareness knew he had to get another yard, and he was able to stretch forward.
The thing about it, Hamlet has time, Barry, to step up into the pocket, to let his receiver, Batts, find the open spot. Now it's going to be very interesting to see where they mark it. They are giving them the first down.
Well, every time they've needed a big play on 3rd down, they seem to be getting it. We mentioned all year Hofstra's defense has been able to stop teams, Marty, in 3rd down situations, but certainly not today.
Remember, all year they've been able to get pressure without the blitz from their front 4. Today, they're not able to do that.
And Hamlet, no interceptions today. They've had 1 turnover early, a fumble. Conti going high in the air, could not get it. And that will stop the clock with 7:49 to go. And a 2nd and 10 situation upcoming. Eddie Conti, an outstanding football player. Their number 2 receiver, came in with 32 catches. Every time he's caught the ball, Marty, he's caught it for an average of over 20 yards a catch. And he's had 3 catches today for 61 yards.
And he's right on that average.
Yep. Man in motion. Play action. They'll reverse it inside for Coleman. Coleman diving across the 30, up to the 33-yard line. Pat Clark on the tackle. That sets up 3rd and short yardage situation. And the Blue Hens with the clock ticking, leading 31-14. By the way, the 24-7 margin that Hofstra trailed at halftime is the largest margin that Hofstra has trailed in a game in 30 games, Marty. The last time they trailed by that many points was against Montana 3 full seasons ago.
And we all know what happened out there.
Well, Hofstra's come a long way since then. This program under Joe Gardy, a different program. On 3rd down, keeping Hamlet. Got away, but won't get the first down. Shannon coming up with the tackle along with Chris Grant.
Chris Grant gets excellent penetration right here. He's not going to make the tackle on Hamlet, but he slows him up enough so that Jim Shannon can come over and finish him off.
A very crucial stop for the defense, which has been having their problems here against the Delaware offense. And we'll get a punt coming for Scott White. Now, White only punted once in the first half for 39 yards.
But if I'm Mike McCarty, the offense coordinator for Hofstra, I might want to go with a hurry-up offense. Don't let Delaware set their defense.
Still a lot of time left. Hofstra down by 17, 6:30 to go in the third quarter. White's spiraling kick will come to Eric Michael at the 22-yard line. Runs into one of his own players, I believe, right there, Jonathan Wolf, and is down. Miscommunication right there. Wolf trying to set a block, and Kenny Bailey, number 20, was around the play to come up with a stop.
Well, Wolf's trying to take his man and ride him outside so Eric Michael can run it inside. They run into his back. Watch number 18, Jonathan Wolf. He's trying to block his guy, trying to block him. Eric Michael's got to wait on that block to develop. Goes for really a no gain.
So Karan Brown, who led his club on a drive which was stalled and forced to punt, takes over right here at the 23-yard line. Hofstra trailing 31-14. Oh, poorly thrown ball for Nick Johnson, and Karan Brown would like that one back. Fortunately, nobody in the area that could have picked that one off.
But again, he's not going to set himself. He just takes the snap. He throws it out there well over Nick Johnson's head.
Brown now 12 for 29 for 87 yards, 1 interception, and of course the 1 touchdown pass. Eric Michael. He shows some blitz with D'Angelo, the middle linebacker, moving up at the line of scrimmage here. Now he backs off. Long count. Jones. Good run by Jones. Dives across the 35. Has the first down. A 14-yard gain for Jimmy Jones, who has looked very good running the football here.
But again, Barry, we talked about it early in the third quarter, how successful the Dutchmen are running it up the middle. Nice block by number 67, Freddie Himes. Good leg drive by Jimmy Jones. First down.
Mike Berge, number 90, had a chance to wrap him up. Just about a yard gain, but number 90 not able to make the stop. Jones 10 carries for 84 yards. He'll get another call here and cross to the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 3. Mark Hundrew, number 55, on the stop. Jimmy Jones out of Freeport, Long Island. 5'8", 170-pound freshman who came into the game, Marty, averaging almost 7 yards a carry. Well, he and Paul Q, what a tremendous story they've been.
They've been the 1-2 punch the entire season.
Unexpected couple of kids who they probably would have redshirted, scholarship players. Only 15 scholarships for Hofstra. They'll get more next year. Second down and 6. Jones again runs into his own blocker that time. Tries to make a play. Rang into Domingo Graham, number 68, to his back. And able to just pick up some yardage. And it'll be a third down play in about 3.
Mark Spinelli, number 63, he's going to take Domingo Graham and just knock into the backfield.
Mark Spinelli, one of the members of that tough front 4. We'll look at it once more.
Watch Spinelli, number 63, left side of your screen. He takes Domingo Graham, stalemate, knocks him backwards.
Another third down play for Hofstra. Remember, they failed on their last series on the pass. And Brown will go to the air here, looking and almost intercepted. Kenny Bailey all over Eric Michael up at midfield. Good closing by Kenny Bailey. That was a tough catch.
That's what you call good coverage, man-to-man, bump and run. He's all over him. Nice to come over the back, knock the ball to the ground. Nice coverage by number 20, Kenny Bailey.
We mentioned the improvement in the Delaware team this year, Marty, has been in the defense. Last year, they gave up 26 points a game, gave up a lot of yardage. And this year, the secondary in particular has been vastly improved. Hofstra now 2 for 9 in third down conversions. Ettinger standing back at the 30. Conti at the 25 awaiting the kick. High spiraling kick. Conti will call for a fair catch and goes out of bounds at the 18-yard line, where the Blue Hens will put it in play with 4:25 to go, third quarter. And Delaware holding a 31-14 lead. We'll be back in a moment. Rice's record caught by Wayne Crevette last year. Carlos Garay on the receiving end. What a combination they were last year.
What a combination, and Wayne Crevette continues his career with the New York Jets, leading all rookies in receptions.
And of course, Carlos Garay doing an excellent job on the sideline. We mentioned tied the NCAA record held by Jerry Rice. What a career that guy has had.
Nice company to keep.
Indeed. Right now, Hofstra's defense has to come up with another stop. They did on the last series. Delaware leads by 17. They'll stay on the ground to Hebron, and good penetration by Hofstra. Jim Shannon getting in there quickly to break up the play before it could get on track. You've got to like the quickness of Jim Shannon. All year, teams have talked about Shannon and McAleer in particular, how quick and to the ball they are, Marty.
Well, anytime you create a new line of scrimmage, you throw that offense off rhythm right there. Number 50, he slices inside, makes a tackle for no gain.
Hebron had a big first half, rushing for 2 touchdowns. On the option, Hamlet in trouble, sidesteps a couple of tackles, and then finally driven down by Brian Clark, who has a word or two for him. But again, that ability, like Karan Brown, to shake away from the initial tackler. All right, let's check in with Carl Reuter on the field.
Something needs to break for Hofstra. A lot of hanging of the heads on the sidelines, and when you look up at the scoreboard, 3.5 to play third quarter, not the time to do so. This is a Flying Dutchman team, guys, that needs something to happen and make something happen. They need to get back in the ball game here, but a lot of guys hanging their heads there, and that's not the way you go in the playoffs.
Well, Carl, that big play defense, which has forced 33 turnovers, needs to come up with one here. Hamlet with time scrambling. Throws and overthrows. Could have been an interception there because Eric McEachin was closest to the ball, and that might have been 6 had he been able to get it.
But what I like out of this, your man-to-man coverage, there's no pressure. Hamlet's going to scramble around. No receivers open. Good play by the secondary.
And let's give them credit. We've been hammering him a little bit. And right now, Eric Michael standing back at the 35-yard line as Hamlet heads to the sideline.
And they should get excellent field position.
Scott White will be punting from inside the 10. Last 2 drives, Karan Brown has not been able to get the club going. They need a big return here. 10 men up at the line of scrimmage, and he'll get the kick away. Raheem Morris was trying to block it. Look at this kick back to the 31-yard line. And stumbling Eric Michael and snowed under. Look at the blue hen shirts all over him right there. Dorrell Green, number 10, one of the guys leading the charge. And Tubby Raymond looking for win number 250, likes what he just saw.
Not too excited about it. He knows there's plenty of time left in the game.
Well, he can remember last year when the game ended in a 41 all-time. His first win came against Hofstra 30 years ago, and now looking for a very special win, number 250. Only Eddie Robinson and one other coach have more victories than him among the active coaches in 1AA football. Of course, Eddie Robinson, the great Grambling coach. 1st and 10 at the 34. Jones, not much there, maybe got a yard to the 35 as he was brought down by Mike Berkey, number 90, the freshman defensive tackle.
Berkey comes off the backside corner right behind Dave Fiore, makes the tackle. Jones picks up 1.
2:40 to go. Hofstra was effective on the opening drive here in the third quarter, running the football very well. Right now, Karan Brown having to get his troops going here on 2nd and 9. Now 7 men up at the line of scrimmage. They might show blitz here. Brown looking up the middle, complete. Robert Grogan, another catch. Dives forward close to the first down, but should be about a yard short. Dennis Hume, number 57, the linebacker, on the stop. Boy, Grogan has had a terrific game. Often criticized for not coming up with the big catch, but he's played very well tonight.
And what he's doing now is running the slant pattern right behind the middle linebacker, finds that cushion, picks up 9 yards.
Robert Grogan having one of his best days, not only of this season, but his career. Brown now 12 for 25, but only 87 yards. They need a big play here on 3rd down. Brown will not get it. Look at the penetration right there. Number 58, D'Angelo, and the outside linebacker, Jeff Gardner, number 46.
You come with an all-out blitz, and Karan Brown has nowhere to go.
So for the 3rd consecutive time, Hofstra will be forced to punt. Gardner, the junior from Yardley, Pennsylvania, their number 3 tackler. Very strong kid.
Watch 46. He comes from the corner. Nobody's going to block him. Jimmy Jones too late. D'Angelo's right there. Big sack.
Gardner had a great game against Hofstra last year. 11 tackles, 3 for losses. And he comes up with a big 3rd down play here. Ettinger to punt. End over end kick. Connie will watch this one die in the very thick grass. And they'll have pretty good field position up at the 33-yard line. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. The clock becomes a factor here in Hofstra's possible attempt for a comeback.
And so will the 12th men. The fans here, Barry, they have to have over 20,000 people, and they are behind the Blue Hens.
Well, a couple of scores to report out of town, and we'll tell you about them in a moment. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Islanders coming up tonight right here on Sports Channel. Live tonight at 7 with the Sports Authority game time at 6:30. All the action right here on Sports Channel. Keeping Hamlet, and a superb play by Gene McAleer, stopping him for a loss of 5. Hofstra's defense fired up right now. They know they've got to come up, not just to contain him, Marty, but to come up with a big play, maybe a turnover.
Well, watch McAleer. He show you what kind of speed he has. He's going to scrape off the corner, right side. He takes Hamlet, wraps him up, loss of about 4.
So let's call it 2nd down and 14 from about the 30-yard line. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Hamlet with a deep drop, scrambling, in trouble. He's got room to run along the near side. Throws incomplete. He was looking upfield for Courtney Batts. Hebron was also in the area, and that will stop the clock with 17 seconds to go.
Again, very good coverage by the secondary. No receivers finding an open spot down there. Hamlet has no one to throw it to.
So Hamlet's passing a little off the mark here in the latter stages of the third quarter. Chris Kermelis now has checked into the ball game for Toby Elmore in a pass rush situation. Again, Hofstra would love to come up with a turnover here, a fumble recovery, or an interception. Give the offense some field position. See the time remaining. Third quarter. Hamlet deep drop, looking, throwing up the middle. Connie was there, and it was a little over his head as he reached up. Brian Clark back defending, and Hofstra will get the ball back once again with an opportunity to try to get the offense on track. Here's the exciting Eddie Connie from South Jersey. Hamlet missing on the pass. Hofstra will get the ball back probably around the 35-yard line or better. A lot of Jersey kids on this Delaware team. Punt will come from around the 20-yard line. Booming kick. Michael, who had trouble on the last one, takes it to the 23. And on the bad turf here, his knee goes down. A bad break for Eric Michael. The footing, as Carl pointed out, is terrible here in Delaware. Hofstra used to the AstroTurf that they play on at home, and a bad play just inadvertently there.
But the problem there, Eric Michael, you see how the way he's walking. Watch it. He's going to do a split. Could cause an injury to his groin area. Right there. One leg goes one way, the other the other.
So, Karan Brown, maybe in his final game of an outstanding senior season. Hopes it isn't. He'll have to rally his troops down by 17 here. 1st and 10 at the 23. Nick Johnson wide to the top of your screen. Keeping at the 30 and driven down by Dorrell Green as he crossed the 30 and around the 32-yard line. 8-yard run for Karan Brown. Time out on the field. We go to the fourth quarter, and Delaware leads Hofstra 31-14. Essentially prepared for every stage of life. The Long Island Savings Bank, the bank of a lifetime. And Karan Brown's going to have to engineer the comeback of a lifetime right here with his club down 31-14, staying on the ground for the youngster Jimmy Jones. He won't get anything swarmed under at the line of scrimmage. There'll be no gain, maybe a half-yard loss. Middle of that line. The linebacker's coming up quickly. Jeff Gardner on the stop. Now Jamie Bell will check into the ball game as he comes into your screen, number 29. Replacing Larry McSeed as they'll go with 5 defensive backs in an expected passing situation. Karan Brown, who's good for almost 100 yards rushing a game. Only 46 so far. He'll run here. Nice run by Brown. Gets the first down as he's wrestled down at the 39-yard line.
Well, he turns the corner. He turns the corner, Barry. No containment by Delaware. He does the smart thing. Tuck the ball underneath, pick up the first down, keep this drive going. You got 14-15 left to go in the game. There's 17 points behind.
That's quite a player you're looking at, Kenny Baylor out of Harrington, Delaware. the leader of the secondary. He'll be back for another year, All-American candidate. Outstanding speed and nose for the ball and a hard hitter. 1st and 10 for the Dutchman at the 39. Trailing by 17, early 4th quarter. Jones. And down as he got to the 42-yard line. Again, Jeff Gardner coming up with the stop. Gardner having a very solid game, his 2nd-year starter at outside linebacker. Good quickness out of Yardley, Pennsylvania, and the 3rd leading tackler on this team. Clock ticking, 13:28 to go, 4th quarter. And Hofstra down by 17. Nick Johnson, who's had a quiet day, lining up in a slot to the left side. Brown looking, now will dump it off, wide open Jones, 45-40. Jones inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Nice little safety valve right there by Jimmy Jones. He's in the slot position. He's going to make the reception. The only thing I question is run out of bounds, stop the clock.
19-yard gain as we take another look.
Nobody's open downfield. Your safety valve right there. Jimmy Jones takes it right here. Take it out of bounds, stop the clock.
Well, 12:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. As Hofstra sends Johnson, McKelvin, and Michael wide to the left. Grogan single coverage to the near side against Paul Williams. Looking left. Good drilled pass to Jerron McKelvin, and he's out of bounds, has the 1st down. Well thrown ball, good catch by McKelvin, and the football inside the 25 as he went out of bounds.
Nice throw, Barry, but you don't want to get in the habit of throwing across the field. Gives the advantage to the defense. Remember what happened in the 1st half. Number 20, Kenny Bailey, came over, picked it off.
Ball inside the 25 at the 23. Hofstra trying to mount the comeback here. They've trailed 17-0 at one point. Now trailing 31-14. Brown with time, looking deep for Krogan. He goes up. He had the advantage there as the defender was behind him, Paul Williams. But the pass a little too high for Grogan to try to get.
Well, I think the timing was off by Robert Grogan. If he jumps a little bit later, he comes up with the TD. Watch how early he jumps. Karan Brown throws it. Number 21, Robert Grogan, goes up too early to jump for it. He's on the down. Ball still up in the air.
Good call, Marty. Grogan, a former basketball player. 2nd down and 10 at the 23. Johnson, Michael, and Grogan wide to the right. McKelvin to the left. Looking right. Michael trying to get away from Bailey and Green. And Eric Michael with a nice catch, but short yardage, only picked up about 5 or so on the play. Dale Koszelski came over to help out on the play.
And if Karan Brown has time right here, if he looks in the middle of the field, number 2, Nick Johnson, wide open, no defenders next to him. He takes it in for the score.
3rd down and 5 at the 18-yard line. An extra defensive back comes in. Koszelski playing as a deep safety now. 3 wide receivers left. Crowd roaring right now. Big crowd here at Delaware. Brown on the option, pitching to Jones. Won't get away from Gardner, who wrestles him down. Excellent containment by outside linebacker Jeff Gardner.
Excellent play by number 90, Mike Berge. He's going to come up, take Karan Brown out of the picture. Gardner, very easy to isolate one-on-one with the running back.
And Joe Gardy this time will elect to go for a field goal, down by 17.
Watch 90. Mike Berge, he comes in, wraps him up. There's number 20, Jimmy Jones outside. Number 46 comes up. Nice containment.
This will be from the 27, a 37-yard attempt. Dave Ettinger, who has been outstanding this year, 22 of 33 with 3 over 50 yards. Kick is up, and the kick is perfect. And Dave Ettinger, who had a huge kick last year to tie this football game up at 41 all, then later had a chance to win it, comes up with a 3 here. What about going for the 7 here?
Important thing here, Barry, you have to get points on the board. Now you're 2 touchdowns behind. Remember, going into that field goal, 17 points behind, that's 3 scores. Good decision by Joe Gardy.
So Hofstra puts 3 points on the board, 11:05 to go in the 4th quarter. And again, the way these 2 teams could score, don't go away, folks. This is far from being over. Well, coming up tonight, more hockey action.
New Jersey Devils struggling on a road trip are in Dallas to take on the Stars live tonight at 8 p.m. Pre-game coverage begins at 7:45 with the Sports Authority Game Time, only on Sports Channel's new sport. Well, we hope you've enjoyed Hofstra football all year. Maybe there'll be more. Should they win, we'll follow Hofstra to the next level of playoff action. They'll play the winner of this game. We'll play the winner of the McNeese State-Idaho game, which will be played down in Louisiana tonight. Carlos Garay, who threw those big 5 touchdown passes, the gentleman with the headset and the blue shirt, and what a big lift he's been for the program.
But done an excellent job this year coaching the young wide receivers.
So here we go with the kickoff. Ettinger kicking off. Williams will take it inside the 5. Up to 20, 25. Clark chasing him, and Brian Clark able to run him out. But look at the explosive speed of Pat Williams as he gives him excellent field position on the return.
He's a sprinter on the track team, Barry, and right here, he just takes it up the middle of the field.
One of the best sprinters in the North Atlantic Conference.
Here it is. Watch number 3, Pat Williams. He goes over, makes sure he takes it, catches it, tucks it away, and now up into the heart of that defense special team. Very poor job covering the kick. Knocked out by number 48, Brian Clark.
Ball up at the 41-yard line. Blue Hens have it, 1st and 10. Hofstra 10 plays, 57 yards, but Ettinger able to give him 3 with the field goal. Hofstra needs to stop him here. Flags fly as the ball was handed off. And we'll wait for the calls by the official, referee Sam Jordan out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Association.
Kick ball, illegal procedure, offense, 5 yards, keep first down.
So there you have it. Very few penalties in this playoff game, Marty. We had very few last week in the Marshall.
Well, that's what you expect, Barry, when you have 2 well-coached teams, well-disciplined, hard-hitting games.
Leo Hamlet bringing his club to the line of scrimmage. Started off much better. He's thrown a lot of incompletions here in the second half, but had that big touchdown run in the 3rd quarter. Rolling right's got a bevy of blockers out there, looking for first down, and spun out of bounds, shy of the first down. But Hamlet with a nice run there, as they had the 15 yards to pick up. He had rushed the football 11 times for just 24 yards prior to that, but that included a couple of sacks. John Ebgen on the last tackle. Picked up about 7 on that play, Marty, so second and about, let's call it, actually picked up more.
Really about, he picked up about 11 yards there because it was a 5-yard penalty.
Exactly, so it's 2nd and 4 to 47. And Williams trying to turn outside. Driven out by Ebgen, shy of the first down. He was able to get around Chris Grant, number 93. And finally, Ebgen ran him to the sideline. That stops the clock with 10:42 to go, and a huge 3rd down play coming up here.
Nice play by the defense. Nowhere to go for Williams. The only place is out of bounds. He didn't want to do that. He stopped the clock.
Now Courtney Batts comes out of the ball game, replaced by Eddie Conti. They'll line up at the bottom of your screen, number 19 against Eric McKeechin. Think they might go for it here, a bomb here, one-on-one coverage. Going in motion is Coleman. Hebron picking up the first down. Diving to the 46-yard line. Boy, he's played a key role in this game today.
Well, you can't say enough about the offensive line for Delaware. They're not just pushing the guys around. There's a stalemate right there. Hebron does the rest. He's going to pick up the first down.
Let's give credit to Steve Archibald, the right tackle. Shannon Trossel, the All-American candidate, first-team Yankee Conference players. You see Hamlet coming back to the huddle. Brian Cook, the center, who's been injured a bit. Lynn Pine, the left guard, and left tackle Chris Cumpin. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line with the clock ticking, 10:15 to go. Here's Coleman, nowhere to go, as there was Lee Harris to meet him. And along with Lee Harris, Gene Mackler making sure he wouldn't get away.
Along with number 50, Jim Shannon, coming from his defensive tackle position.
Loss of 2 on the play, and again, Hofstra's done a very good job on first down situations. But they have killed in Delaware on 3rd down situations. Part of the good crowd here.
9:50 and counting, remaining in the game.
And they stay on the ground using the clock. This time Hamlet will drop straight back with time, and a little miscommunication. Courtney Batts was going downfield, the ball thrown to the sidelines, and for Hofstra, that's a break, stops the clock.
Well, Batts is out there, he's going to run a hitch and go. Hamlet goes back, he's looking for him to run it down and out, incomplete.
Now let's check in with Carl Reuter for a report on the sidelines.
Barry and Marty, you know, you can't count your blue hens before they hatch, but I'll tell you right now on the sidelines here, Delaware is sensing that they've got this one wrapped up. If they stay away from mistakes, they control the football, that clock will wind down very quickly, and Tubby Raymond's going to get win number 250. As you guys mentioned, number 1 was against Hofstra, September 24th, 1966. 250 is on its way.
Hamlet stumbling, looking to pick up the first down on the ground. Nice move, he's got it inside the 35 at the 34. A 14-yard gain for Leo Hamlet, taking a page out of Karan Brown's book.
Athletic ability, Barry, and wanting to get the job done. He goes back, nobody's open. He's isolated one-on-one with the middle linebacker, Gene Mackler. Mackler is going to stumble. Hamlet scrambles, picks up the first down.
Once again, a big play on third down as this young man, Leo Hamlet, has played a superb game, engineering big plays when they needed them. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Hebron up the middle and bangs his way inside the 30 to around the 26-yard line. Getting up slowly on the tackle that time was Chris Grant. And David Clark, number 95. A lot of these players will be back for Hofstra. Jim Shannon, David Clark, a couple of the guys on the defensive line, John Ebgen, Gene Mackler, Pat Clark will all be back, the linebackers. Lee Harris will graduate along with Brian Clark, but Eric McKeechin, C.J. Johnson, and Raheem Morris in the secondary will all be back. Up the middle they try this time with Williams, and stopped by Chris Kermelis, number 97. Clock ticking with 8:20 to go, and Delaware will huddle back here as Connie will check into the ball game with a play from the sideline. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Delaware looking to advance to the playoffs. Their last 2 times they've been in the playoffs, they've been beaten by Marshall. There's no love lost between Delaware and Marshall. We can tell you that from being there last week. 3rd and 4. They're 8 for 16 on third down conversions. Hamlet will try to get it himself. In trouble, McAleer will not let him get the needed yardage. Stopped at the 25-yard line. However, we do have a flag at the end of the play there. Could be a holding penalty. Hofstra indicating that we might have a holding call. You want to take them out of field goal range. And undoubtedly they'll take the penalty, even though it would set up a 4th and about 3 here, Marty. Discussion with Hofstra right now. Referee Sam Jordan.
Holding, blue team, repeat third down.
So they'll mark it back to the 35.
And the thing is, Barry, you want to see why this guy, number 47, is a preseason All-American. He lived up to it the entire season. He's fighting off the block of the tight end, getting held, and still makes the tackle.
Marvelous young man out of Archbishop Ryan High School in Philadelphia. And the heart and soul of the Hofstra defense. 3rd and 13 from the 35 at Hamlet to throw. Stepping up, looking, throwing deep, looking for Connie, and almost intercepted by Lee Harris. Harris was back there along with Brian Clark. Good coverage that time on Connie, and almost a pick by Hofstra.
Well, that's what you want out of your strong safety. Let him get back there, play center field. Hamlet goes back, not a lot of pressure up front. He steps up in the pocket, he throws it. Watch number 10, Lee Harris comes over. Could have had an interception.
Well, they will not attempt a long field goal, which would have probably been about a 52-yarder. So Scott White will come in. They'll probably try to angle this kick, Marty, to give them bad field position, try to get it out of bounds inside the 10 or 15.
And if I'm Joe Gardy, I may want to put 10 people on the line, may come after this one.
Well, he's got 8 there. Low snap, but he has plenty of time to kick it. Good coverage downfield, and the ball will die at the 10-yard line. Time out of the field. 7:12 to go, 4th quarter. And Hofstra down 31-17. We'll be right back.
Hofstra taking over at the 10-yard line. They've got to go 90 yards. Flag thrown on the play. And it looks like it's going to be against Hofstra. Not what you want to do to get a 5-yard walk-off here.
Against number 68, Domingo Graham.
So now they'll have to go 95 yards. Still a lot of time left. And remember, Hofstra is a quick striking team. They could score in a minute or two. And they're going to have to do it against this very tough defense of Delaware. That's held them to just 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Ron Brown marking out the signals here. And from the end zone, shovel pass to Eric Michael at the 10. Michael trying to turn outside. Nick Johnson trying to throw the block, but he's wrestled down. Kenny Bailey having a superb game, getting help from Paul Williams, the cornerback.
Paul Williams out there in a dogfight with Nick Johnson. He's going to come up with the victory. And also number 20, Bailey, helping on the tackle. There it is, a little shovel pass underneath. Number 88, Eric Michael. He's going to take it, try to turn the corner. Number 2 out there, Nick Johnson, trying to win the battle against Williams.
All right, here we go. Brown to throw from the 5, looking. Short pass. Hammered is Grogan, and it's going to be ruled a reception, and he's down. Oh, what a break for Hofstra. It was Jimmy Jones, I beg your pardon, who could not hang on to the football, and the crowd didn't like the call. They thought it should have been a fumble and a recovery by Delaware.
Very clearly a fumble from up here. We'll take another look at it. They're going to talk about it. Clearly a fumble, though.
These officials from the Mid-Eastern Athletic Association, predominantly black colleges like Delaware State, Florida A&M, Morgan State, Howard. Crowd chanting here. Mark Hondru, number 55. And your picture there. This is a very crucial play right here. And again, it's telling the players get away. Joe Gardy intently looking on. All game riding on this decision, Marty.
Barry, we haven't seen the replay, but from the first look at it, I clearly rule it a fumble from up here.
Jimmy Jones catching the ball in the flats. Now another official comes in to confer. Dwight Pettiford is the umpire. Walter Dockery, the head linesman. Major Boyd, the line judge. Willie Hayes, the back judge. Field judge is Eric McCoy. And Hofstra gets the break right here. They're going to rule it.
There's another look at it. He's got control of it. Boom, the ball is out. Big break for the Flying Dutchman.
All right. And you can hear the crowd. Hofstra will have a tough time hearing the signals here. Big hit by Gardner there. And the fumble recovery right here by number 55, Mark Hondru, but no fumble rule. 3rd and 2. Brown looking wide open. Grogan, but he slipped on the poor turf up at the 30-yard line.
But again, the ball's thrown behind him, Barry.
So Hofstra unable to take advantage of the officials' break somewhat, and they'll have to punt here with 5:58 to go. Tubby Raymond's club holding a 14-point lead. And Ettinger's kick will come from around the 5. Conti standing back at the 50, so the fighting Blue Hens will get excellent field position here. Let's see if the fake is in order. Nope. Ettinger will kick it. High end-over-end kick. Conti will not attempt to field this one. It bounces out of bounds at around the 45-yard line, where Delaware will put it in play, leading 31-7. And I'll tell you, look at the crowd here, Marty. What a crowd. This was only expected to be about a 15,000 crowd, but they're packed on that far.
What a great atmosphere to come into. Everything to gain for the Flying Dutchman. They came out just a little flat. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. All the pressure on the defense.
Well, the turnovers in the first half, in case you're just tuning in, killed Hofstra. C.J. Johnson fumbling a punt. It gave Delaware the ball at the 11-yard line. They punched it in. Then a Karan Brown interception returned 52 yards by Kenny Bailey to the 32, set up another score. This time, Coleman slips a tackle into the secondary, fumbles the football, it's loose, and Hofstra has it. So they get the big break. Hofstra recovers at the 48-yard line. Let's see who's going to come up with the football. Toby Elmore, who has had 2 fumble recoveries recently, one for a touchdown. Number 77 gives Hofstra the ball.
And that's what you tell your team. If you swarm and you hustle, good things will happen. Right there, Toby Elmore in the right place at the right time.
Remember the frantic finish of last year.
Here it is. Watch Coleman, he's going to go outside. He sees the spot inside. He cuts right back in there. The ball's going to be stripped right there by number 90, John Ebden. Toby Elmore comes up with the big turnover.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Nick Johnson wide to the left. Jones up the middle, driving, picks up good yardage, about 7 to the 45-yard line. But again, the clock ticking. Hofstra's going to maybe go to you think they might go to a quick huddle offense or no huddle offense?
Got to go to a hurry-up offense. Good play selection right there. Put it behind Joe Yanis, the big senior. Let him drive that defensive line off the line of scrimmage. Jimmy Jones picks up 6.
Hofstra down by 14. 3 wide receivers to the right. On second and short. Brown looking short. Eric Michael diving catch. Appears to be very close to the first down. I'm not sure if he's got it.
It's going to be about 3rd and 1, Barry.
But the clock didn't stop. He should have tried to catch that ball and go out of bounds. That cost Hofstra some precious seconds.
Well, the problem was the ball was a little underthrown. He had to make the reception. His knee hit the ground.
Wide to the top of your screen. Another big 3rd down play coming here. 3rd and about a yard. Brown in trouble. Eludes 1 tackle. He's now snowed under on the sack. Oh, the Blue Hens were coming. Mark Hundrew, number 55, one of the men leading the rush. And it is a big play once again. Dennis Hume, number 57, with his 9th sack right there.
Dennis Humes comes from one side. Number 46, Jeff Gardner, he comes from the other. Timely sack.
The whole season riding here as we will pick up the live action right here. 4th down and 3. They're roaring and standing here in Delaware. Brown looking for Nick Johnson, too low. Kenny Bailey, the defender, and Hofstra unable to take advantage of the turnover. And this one is slipping away from the Flying Dutchman. Now part of the crowd here, they love their Blue Hen football.
Well, the key, Karan Brown has to go back. I mean, you want to hurry up, but you have to set yourself. Fundamentals, set yourself. Don't throw off balance. Ball comes behind Nick Johnson.
Behind and a little low. You wanted to throw a low pass there, but not that low. So Delaware, after committing the turnover, gets the ball back with 4:15 to go. A couple of first downs here. They could just eat this one up. On the keeper, Hamlet across midfield. Loses the football again, and Toby Elmore appears to have come up with it. And let's see, they're going to rule it Hofstra. Yes, they say it's a fumble.
Nice play, nice hustle. Toby Elmore takes his 2nd fumble off. They did call it a fumble. It should stand. He was not on the ground.
And indeed, that's the call. So here we go again, folks. We told you Delaware was turnover prone. They have fumbled the football 38 times this year.
Well, you got a quarterback, Leo Hamlet, 2nd and 3rd effort. Right here, he turns the corner. He's holding the football a little loosely right there. The football comes out by John Ebden. Clearly a fumble.
All right, Hofstra cannot waste any time here. 4:02 to go. Hamlet upset, but he's played a terrific game. Karan Brown has 4 minutes left to pull off the miracle. From the 45. Rolling left. Trying to get a block, turns the corner. At midfield, down the sideline, and wisely goes out of bounds. Very close to the first down. Picked up about 10 on the play.
A lot of people out there blocking for him. A lot of wide receivers picking up those defenders. He gets out of bounds.
You'll see Larry McSee chasing him, but there is a Hamlet on the sideline, not very happy. Remember, it was a turnover by Delaware last year that allowed Hofstra a chance to tie the game and almost win it. You see the time remaining under 4 minutes. Hofstra down by 14, 2nd and about a yard. 2 men going in motion here. Now they'll set. There will be no motion penalty. That was Michael and Johnson, 88 and 2. Brown to throw with time, looking deep and overthrows Nick Johnson. Almost intercepted down there by Dale Koszelski, number 40, playing as a safety and deep back at around the 20-yard line.
Overthrown by a good 10 yards.
So they went on 3rd and short for the bomb. And there is where you really miss a guy like Wayne Corbett. Not to take anything away from the great receivers they've had this year, but Wayne Corbett, a go-to guy, but obviously not here, and Hofstra will have to make good without him. They've done it all year. Again, 3rd and about a yard. Looks like they're showing blitz.
Brown on the option. Jones has a wide open field at the 40. Has the first down. Stumbling at the 30 and dives inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. An 18-yard run.
Nice play. Delaware's coming up, showing blitz. They snap the ball. Karan Brown pitches it to Jones. Jones turns the corner. No blue jerseys around. Picks up the first down.
Clock is stopped as they move the chains. Hofstra with 342 total yards. They've rushed for 150. And now they up that 208 yards on the ground. Brown to throw. Looking deep for Grogan. He's out there, but he dives and couldn't come up with it. Out of bounds inside the 3. Even if he had caught it, it would not have been a completion because he was out of bounds.
Nice coverage by number 29, Jamie Bell. He's isolated on the island against Robert Grogan. Right there, Grogan coming back, holding his shoulder a little bit.
Now we mentioned Bell's been toasted a couple of times. He's a sprinter out of Morristown, New Jersey. Robert Grogan has had a sensational day for Hofstra. He's been their go-to guy. As Nick Johnson has been really shut off. You expect a big play. If that's going to be the guy, maybe it'll be Nick Johnson, Marty. He lines up in the slot to the left. 2nd and 10. Brown keeping. Still going, diving inside the 25 to the 24. The ball loose. Bailey coming up with it, but they say he was down. Dale Koshelski with the hit. Now very upset on a couple of calls here by the officials. But the clock is ticking, Marty, and Hofstra cannot afford to take so much time here.
They basically have to get into a 2-minute offense. They're going back, they're huddling up. Karan Brown is still looking to the sidelines for the play selection.
No huddle, you'd think. Clock ticking. They've wasted 15 or 20 seconds. Johnson, Michael, wide to the left. On another big 3rd down play here. Movement there. And let's see, it looks like it's going to may go against Hofstra, Marty.
It will. Domingo Graham, the offensive guard, came out of his stance too early. First of all, Barry, you got to question why they're not in the hurry-up offense. Second, why you're 14 points behind. Does Karan Brown come up and go with a long snap count?
Well, Joe Gardy looking on as we'll take a look at Graham.
Long snap count right there. Domingo Graham comes out of his stance, so does number 74, Dave Fiore.
Now they put in the nickel defense here with 3rd and long yardage. 3rd and 8 at the 28. Clock continued to tick here. Hofstra not aware that they reset the clock here. Again, seconds ticking away.
And again, they just walk up to the line of scrimmage. You got to question, are they tired?
Well, right now, Brown needing a big 3rd and long play. Will go to the air, throwing sideline to Grogan. Grogan has the first down, his 10th catch of the day for 85 yards.
But now you hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage. They're going back to huddle. You got to go up there, get Delaware when their defense isn't set.
Clock stopped where they moved the chains, but a lot of time wasted on these last couple of plays. Now it's reset with 2:10 to go. Hofstra down by 14. Karan Brown to throw. Looking deep, and it's going to be picked off at the goal line. Poorly thrown, and racing upfield is Paul Williams. Williams, big block on Jones. Owen Gardner's not going to catch him. He's going to go about 100 yards for the touchdown and put this game away.
Give credit where credit is due. The Flying Dutchman, Karan Brown, goes up to the line of scrimmage. He takes too long, and then he throws the pass directly in the hands of the quarterback, Paul Williams. Paul Williams takes it back 102 yards. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
100 yards officially. The kid from Newark, Delaware, a hometown boy, who last week had 2 interceptions against Rhode Island. And Karan Brown, the picture tells the story right there. He is probably sobbing right now, wishing he had that one back. Akeel Henderson trying to console him. As it appears that Hofstra's dream has come to an end once again on this field.
Watch Karan Brown. You see the isolation on the wide receivers. Both of them running the slant pattern. Overthrew it 2 yards deep into the end zone. Now watch the blue jerseys. Everybody's getting a block. The athletic speed of Paul Williams takes it back 102 yards.
So Karan Brown, who had thrown only 2 interceptions all year in 11 games, has thrown 2 very big ones here today.
3 turnovers today, Barry. 21 points for Delaware.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. time out of the field. 1:47 to go, and Delaware with a commanding 38-17 lead. Well, their season coming on end today. What great years those two have had. One leading the offense, one leading the defense.
And it's been a very tight unit. This squad, you know, no selfish players. Everybody worked hard. And you know what? You've got to give them credit. You see Gene Mackler. He'll be coming back next year. Karan Brown. He should still hold his head high. This was his team. They accomplished a lot more than what people expected.
Absolutely. Eric Michael take it on the run at the 35-40. Dances to the 45. Looking to turn outside. Makes a nice move on the defensive back down the sideline. And Eric Michael with a beautiful run as he goes out of bounds and gives Hofstra excellent field position with 1:36 to go, but just too many points for the Dutchman to try to make up here.
Remember, Barry, turnovers. 3 turnovers today by the Flying Dutchman resulted in 21 points. You look at the scoreboard, that's the difference.
And Tubby Raymond will get win number 250. Has a lot of respect for this Hofstra team, but felt this Delaware team was much better than last year, particularly the defense, Marty. We've seen that today. The defensive backs coming up very big.
And really, Barry, a touch of class by Joe Gardy, putting in Michael Dodo, a senior quarterback, to take the last few snaps.
All right, Dodo will have to try to scramble. He's not a good scrambler. Trying to tuck it under. Shovel pass as he was being tackled by Mark Andrew, trying to get it to Chavis, number 12, but it fell incomplete. Ron Brown may be shaken up as we'll try to get a report. You saw him on the sideline. And there is Michael Dodo, the 5th-year senior. Boy, you think of Dodo thinking back to, he was here with Joe Gardy's 2nd year back in '91, along with a few of these other players. How far this team has come.
And remember, Michael Dodo was actually the starting quarterback before Carlos Garay.
Well, you had George Beisel. He couldn't beat him out. He sat on the bench. Left the program for a year, has come back, done a nice job in mop-up action mostly this year. But this Hofstra team, quite a story all year, and the last couple of years, you look at their losses in the last 3 years, a 3-point loss to Towson State, and there are the victors. Well-deserved right there and enjoying it, and why not? 74, Chris Cumpon, junior out of Binghamton, New York, and probably a lot of folks up there watching on Sports Channel.
The guy that really played an excellent, solid game on that offensive line, number 73, Steve Archibald, did a great job.
Here's a guy who's played very well. Jimmy Jones picks up about 10 yards on the play. Jimmy Jones showing that he's going to be a factor next year. Of course, they lost Paul Q early. Some of their receivers were banged up. Nick Johnson, never a real factor in this game. Their leading receiver and go-to guy was hurt early.
But again, Barry, this team, they accomplished a great deal. An interception.
Dodo's pass picked off by Dorrell Green, who leads the club in interceptions, his 5th of the year. And right now, Green doing a little celebrating.
A little blue hen dancing.
He won the free safety job from Dale Koshelski. And also a little break dancing over there.
That's the Blue Hen Cluck.
So Karan Brown and Hofstra finished with 1:02 to go, as they were only able to pass for 161 yards this afternoon. They needed to do better than that, Marty, if they were going to beat this team.
Well, they couldn't afford any turnovers either, Barry, and unfortunately, the turnovers happened early in the game. They had to get out of their game plan. They lost Paul Q, and you know, clearly, let's give credit to Delaware. They outperformed the Flying Dutchman today.
Marty, I think the turning point came in the 3rd quarter after Hofstra scored that touchdown. Very quickly, they answered right back. The great run by the quarterback, Leo Hamlet, that took a lot of heart out of
Well, Barry, the turning point actually, really, if you want to throw it back to the first half, Karan Brown goes down to score, and then Delaware comes back and Bat scores with 4 seconds left to go in halftime.
Absolutely, that's an excellent point as well. And how about the Nick Johnson drop at the goal line? A lot of wouldas, couldas, and shouldas, but you can't take anything away.
Well, I don't think that we have any right to point our fingers at any one of these individuals. They stuck together as a team. They really accomplished a lot. They got into the playoffs. Joe Gardy did an excellent job. His staff did an excellent job. Hey, and these young men, remember, 5 years ago, they were puppies playing in Division III. They're now men.
Well, 1990, they got to the semifinals of the Division III playoffs here. Their first taste of the 1AA playoffs. And Hamlet handing off to Hebron. He'll be knocked down. 57 seconds left. Clock keeps moving. 53, and nobody's going to call any timeout now. This is concession time. Everyone knows it's over here. And, you know, Marty, such a great rivalry between Hofstra and Delaware. Hofstra has been trying to get into the Yankee Conference. They have failed so far. I'd love to see these two teams play every year.
I would too, Barry. You know, you got two coaches. One's the guru, one was the student. Now Joe Gardy, you know what? He's done a great deal with this program. And now it's time for the All Lions team. We got to pick 11 quick ones, Barry. Karan Brown leads it off with Owen Gardner, with Nick Johnson on offense. On defense, we got Gene Meckler, Jim Shannon, and John Ebden on special teams. We got Jonathan Wolf, Dave Ettinger. We ran out of time.
We ran out of time, but Tubby Raymond, a sweet victory. Win number 250. We have mentioned there was no love lost between Joe Gardy and Tubby Raymond, but clearly today, Tubby Raymond's club just too good athletically. Took advantage of the turnovers. Joe wishing him good luck.
Okay. I told you I want you in New York just one time. We'll give you 4 here, you give us 1 up there.
We talk about the rivalry, and Joe Gardy says, I want you once up on Long Island. And there is Karan Brown. He'll be coming over. Can't say enough about this young man. 20 for 38 for